Sound resumed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by my friend, my companion, my duo. You guys already know who it is. Ben J. Nassim. Ben, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Tom. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Ben. I was watching the matches. The first match, Ben texted me, yo, you gotta watch the first match today. I'm busy. I said, all right, he's got something he's gotta do. I joined the TeamSpeak. I said, guys, where's Ben? He goes, oh, he went to go get Korean barbecue. I said, Maron, Korean barbecue. I said, we got matches to watch. What are you talking about? But to be fair,
I was in a Korean barbecue in like 45 minutes. It did in fact hit. I
what did you
Korean
get?
Barbecue in a while. We got like 2 different combos. So we got some bulgogi, we got some spare ribs, we got some pork belly. There's still a lot of stuff.
Pork belly's good stuff. It's bulgogi. It's not bulgogi. What did you say?
Well, I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's bulgogi, I think. Bulgogi. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because Korean barbecue is fire.
It does hit, yeah.
It is definitely fire. I think I had it like a couple weeks ago with my girlfriend in California, and it was unreal, man, unreal. But crazy matches today, Ben.
Yeah.
I was really excited for the New York match. We're obviously gonna get there. We actually have the whole squad joining us today, Ben. The whole New York squad from top to bottom is gonna be joining us on the show. We also have Parasite who wants to come in. Maybe we'll get Parasite for the first series. We could drag him in. He could come say a few things. Maybe we'll get him for the last one as well. But I definitely want to get the whole squad on today. Ben, one complaint that I see a lot of people talking about on YouTube are the timestamps. We got to start getting some timestamps for you guys throughout the show. So again, we're always looking at the feedback. We're always trying to make the show better. So keep saying, keep putting a lot of the advice in the chat, man. We're reading it, and I'm gonna try and get somebody to get the timestamps for you guys. So if you are watching back on YouTube, I apologize if things are a little hectic and you don't know what's going on without timestamps. So we'll try and get that fixed. But Ben, let's get right into it. We had a lot
into the games.
Hey, chill out. What are you, Keepstar over here? Ben, a long day at COD. I feel like the last couple days have been so short, and it's just like I just felt like I was turning on the stream so fast, and then today I felt like I was just sitting here forever. I felt like it was just a long day. There was obviously a few problems with some lag outs and some other stuff, but
people's facilities losing power, just absolute crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, but for the most part, is that what it was? They lost power?
Apparently LAG lost power. Tom, I think we can kind of breeze through this series. We'll talk about it, but dude,
I'd rather breeze through it. There's not much to talk about, to be honest.
We'll skip this listening, guys. This matchup between Toronto and Paris was the case of 2 teams going in opposite directions. Toronto has done a great job in their group. They didn't lose a single map. They're looking in a really good shape to go back-to-back in majors. They're firing on all cylinders. In Paris, since the change with Temp, they haven't looked like that team of potential, and they look like they're kind of just stuck in the mud. I don't know if you kind of feel the same way.
They definitely seem a little bit stuck in the mud. I do want to go on to the listening, though, with Toronto Ultra.
Yeah.
We're riding it back. I want to see how they sound because we have also, especially me, have cooked Toronto Ultra's listenings a lot. But all of a sudden, these guys are the best team in the game. So, you know, my critiquing on their listening, apparently, I don't know if they changed their comms at all or if this just works for them. But I'm curious to see how they sound, Ben. So if you can, just rewind it back to the beginning.
And apparently that's wrong. They lost Toronto lost a map to Rocker, but that was the only map they've lost so far.
Yeah.
In the group stage. I'll go back, Tom.
Yeah, but let's go into an Astro game listening with Toronto Ultra.
Yeah, below me, Nick.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
Yeah, wrap round.
Stop floating, yeah.
Stop floating, yeah, mate. I'm gonna help switch on green. Wrap mid.
Right,
Nade top green.
I'm so dead.
One rails, mate. For their side underground, weak.
Make sure we hold out.
I'm absolute, man. Floating. Donnie, really weak floating, bro.
I'm playing for this.
I'm mid of me, I'm absolute.
I'll see the guy floating.
I'm so weak, goal runner.
Nick,
I'm top green, nice.
Mid-tanks hit through the square.
Okay, yeah, I'll
He's
get
already close square. Really weak.
Nice, well played.
Nice,
Keep it up. No one arrowed.
Oh, okay, 2-0. One shot, back floating.
One green.
Two note there.
Yeah, no, I'm pushing on mid, yeah.
Someone get time, we're going to play for a flip then.
We have to play for a flip, yeah.
What you got, Cam?
I'm pushed up in the corner, they can be fucking anywhere.
Yeah, I know. Get a kill on flip.
Go on.
Fine.
What's up green, I think? Mid, I think.
Top green, dead!
Invent. Hiding invent.
Nice. All behind the back, Nick. He's wrapping bricks.
Trying to get across. He's back left. He's gone into gold. Into gold right now.
Do you have my bricks?
One of my bricks on the ramp. He went up the ramp. Head glitch in the boxes. One time kind of weak. Left corner outside window.
One shot in bricks. Two in bricks. One square.
Your Aqua's gold window.
Okay, wait up. I come back.
Now Ben.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound real fugazi because when Toronto was playing bad, I thought their comms were terrible. Now they're playing good, and I think their comms are good. I thought their comms are good there. And
Yeah, I mean,
it just
it was
makes
calm.
me it just makes me look fucking fugazi because now people are gonna be like, oh, Tommy's just saying that because they're winning now. But they
No,
honestly
hold
sound
on.
better, guys. They sound a lot better than what they did previously. No.
Yeah, dude, that original listen in where we roasted them, like that was bad.
It was bad.
Like,
It was bad.
They sounded like all their dogs got lined up and shot before the series. Like,
But Mud on Ben, what the fuck?
I know, a little dark. I'm
That was
sorry.
pretty dark.
But to that point,
What's wrong with you, Ben? Ben, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Gets back on the rails here.
That's
To my-
so fucked up.
to
Okay,
my-
keep going.
to-
Keep
To my
going.
point, I felt like that listen was really good. I mean, they weren't frantic. They were calm. They were they're directing each other. You know, a couple of the guys were not calling out as much as others, but that happens on any team, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a good listen, and they were managing. You know, they got put in a tricky situation there on that P5. But overall, like, I feel like they just feel like a team that's sort of in control and sort of in their lane. And I think this series kind of showed that.
Yeah, no, for sure. You heard them talking about flips. You heard them playing off each other. There's a lot of small talk. They were talking about what they had, what they were picking up. And just the overall energy of the listening just sounded so much better compared to in the past. I mean, in the past, to be fair, both times they went into listenings and we really could critique them, especially myself. They were just getting absolutely mopped by whoever they were playing. So, of course, when you're winning, the energy levels are going to be higher. So, man, this Toronto team, Ben, they're the team to beat right now. They're firing on all cylinders. They came out, they took care of business against Paris, and Paris is a whole other team that we got to talk about because I don't know what's going on here, Ben. But right now they're struggling. But to be fair, I don't think it's as bad as people think. But
No, I think it's bad. I actually disagree with you. I think the Donnie pickup has totally thrown their entire chemistry of their team into a whack. Look, Don's a good player, but I feel like their biggest problem is they needed someone who would play at the same pace as Nick. And I feel like when you put Don on the team, watching them play, I feel like Nick gets baited by all the three other players on the team, and like that's not a particularly good recipe to like consistently be a good team. Like you are relying on Nick making a lot of plays or other players in the team having massive games in that situation. Because I watch a lot of times where he's just running by his teammates and they're just triggered.
yeah, but I also heard that Nick wanted the team to play a little bit slower, or they were having pacing issues. I don't know. I was hearing a bunch of stuff coming from that camp, but they just came off a win against LAG, and some of these maps here were close. It wasn't like they were getting absolutely mollywopped. It's just a problem. They're just fine. They need to have more consistency in their gameplay, and they need to start executing. Now, I don't really know what to do here because I do feel like they looked better with Fire, and maybe that was like a chemistry thing because I do feel like Temp is the better player, but I just feel like the team just looks sloppy. They look really sloppy, and it just seems like they're not doing anything together. It seems like they're just all over the place. And it was just too easy for Toronto. It was too easy. But I don't know, Ben. Do you think this team needs another change? Do you want to see them go down that route and just keep changing more players out until something works? Because at this point, like, we're at that point of the year now where we're getting to the end, Ben. You know, we're getting to the end point of the year. We're going into another major. Champs is coming up in just a few months. Like, they need to make moves now, no?
Well, they're right on that cut line to not make champs. I mean, Tom, like they're now in a position because they lost the series that like they could very reasonably get top 12 at this event and get 0 points. And
It's
like
not good.
that's going to put them in position for a major four where they got to go out there and get a top 6 or a top 4 if they want to really try and get into that top 8 conversation. So I don't know, but like right now it just feels like the entire system of their team is totally off kilter. And I know they had that win against Florida, but outside of that series, they haven't looked good at all with this change.
No, 100%. And I actually wanted to bring in some other guys. I wanted to bring in Parasite. I want to bring in Zin.
Wake up.
I'm going to bring in Parasite now. We'll kind of get his input on things. Parasite Zitty, how you doing, Zitty?
What's good, Tom?
How you doing? No energy today, Zin? No,
What's
no
up, boys?
Tommy? Nothing.
Tommy!
Zitty! You know the vibe. Guys, we were just talking a little bit about Paris and how they kind of look kind of shit right now.
Look like fucking dog
They
shit.
look like fucking dog shits. And I need to get your info. I want to get your input because me and Ben were just talking about it. I wanted to get you guys in here and just kind of get your thoughts on it. We'll start with you, Zin. What do you think is the problem here?
Just another team with 4 solid individual players that are not a good team together. It's really not.
Very simple.
It's really not much more than that. These guys don't work together. You can keep swapping one person in and out. It's not going to change a fucking thing.
And you got to think here. Maybe what's the problem? Why can't they get it together? Why can't they get any of the teamwork down? I mean, they've had multiple weeks now to practice with this roster. You would think that they would start picking up the pace a little bit. Like Parasite, what's going on here, big guy?
Well, I talked to Fire, and obviously Fire was on that team, and a lot of the issues that he was basically saying he had with the team are pretty apparent in their matches and just talking to other players that are on the team. I don't want to, like, obviously say anything. Like, that'll incriminate someone, I guess. But on top of that, what I was going to say was just looking at their matches, they struggle to have any sort of teamwork. You're constantly seeing people go in by themselves.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
This is another thing that I talked to Don, and I actually helped them out with this. They didn't really go over things as a team, apparently, from what I know. Because they came to me, and Donnie teamed with me on Wester, and I gave them this thing called Insights, right? And it's a program that's
great program.
It's a great program for coaching and stuff like that, where you can record VODs and upload them. And what I did for my teams is I record the VODs of a codcaster of the mini-map for 5 minutes per each map, and I upload them, and you can draw on it, right? So I drew setups and like how you want to like set up for, tight setups, wide setups, how you want to play things, and I gave it to them. Like I think like 2 days, like maybe a week ago, when they won their first match, and yeah.
So you've been working with them?
Yeah, no, I just gave them that program, and I gave them like my tools for them to kind of like jumpstart it, and I don't know. So we'll see if it actually helps them in the long run. But
I feel like that'd be one of the first things you want to do as a team is like go over setups, go over some like basic defaults in S&D, like try to get up to speed in that kind of stuff. I know it's kind of tough with the pace of these matches, and teams take Monday off, so you only really get 2 days sometimes to really get your ducks in a row. But I feel like for a team in that situation, with the pressure that they're under, when they want to try and push the limits of what they can do and maybe find a few new spots or push the meta, maybe, I don't know. That just seems a little weird to me.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on in their camp fully, but just like the fact that I gave them these tools and that like they found it really helpful, at least when I talked to them, it just made it very apparent that these guys just struggled to get on the same page, period.
I mean the first thing that came out of your mouth was they don't watch film, like they don't go over stuff.
Well, no,
like,
no. I'm not trying to like say they don't watch film and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like wait, how you started, like what? I'm confused here. I'm very confused.
No, it just seemed like they really struggled to get on the same page, and it just like they didn't really like. It's not that they didn't watch film. It's that they like it felt like, at least to me, from what they were telling me, is that they never really sat down and had a conversation about maps, like a real serious conversation about that stuff.
But that's a problem.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Why?
And that's I don't know. That's one of those things that's it's either coming down to the coaching staff, and I'm not trying to say Theory's a bad coach, or it's coming down to the players not wanting to put in that extra effort. But I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's one or the other.
Donnie's tweet, I'm not sure if he's tweeting that because of what I said.
What?
I don't think you could even disagree with it. Like,
no, neither you or I made a bad take there. I mean, they would have to be living in a different reality.
Wait, you think he's tweeting this because of what's being said right now?
I mean, there's no fucking way a minute or two after I say that or we say that he tweets this, but like, I don't think anybody on that roster is delusional. Right now, as a collective, they're not working. Those guys are 4 solid players that could be pieces on any given team if you put them in the right spot, right? But like right now, they're not working, and to be honest, I don't think they're making champs. Like, that's just where I'm at. Like, they obviously can make games close, and I think in this meta especially, like, you need your ARs going off and being consistent. I don't think we've seen that consistency from Aqua or Donnie, and I think Aqua's getting a lot of gas, and they're just in a tough spot because it's obvious that like they're all uncomfortable, and it's not like there's one player who's performing super well. If there is one, I would say Scraps has probably been looking the best on their team, and but that just doesn't really matter, right? Like, if the team's not winning at all, you can make it close. You can make it, you can lose 6-5. You can lose by 10 points in hardpoint. If you don't make champs, you don't make champs.
Yeah. I also want to say this. Donnie was the person that came to me for like that coaching stuff, like the Insights program and stuff like that, because he saw what I did with the Wester guys when we were like teaming together for like a week, and like that at least that tells me, like, I know some people say that bringing Donnie wasn't, the best thing to do, and I think you guys said at the beginning of the show that he threw off their chem. I fully believe that this is not on Donnie, just like it wasn't on Fire. like the fact that Donnie even came to me for this stuff shows to me that he's desperate and wants to win, and he wants to find a way to rally these guys. You know what I mean? And I played with Don for a week, and even during that week with Wester or whatever, he wanted to win and really wanted to like put in the extra effort. Like so, like I don't think it was fair that you guys said that, and obviously you guys don't know the inner workings of their team, but like. I don't think he deserves that you guys said that like he threw off the chem, like he did that.
Well,
I swear somebody said
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Hold on, can I clarify why I said that? I'm not like it's not down to like him as individual. It's like their system. Because I've noticed, for example, that since Donnie's been there, that like Classic's not having the same impact, and I don't know if it's because they've switched their routes or he's just not making those plays because he just ends up being the guy who's going in first. So just like little things with just the role swaps when a new guy comes in the team, and I think that's the issue right now.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, Ben. I think they got more problems than just Nick's too fast. He's going in first, and he's constantly. There's a lot more problems to the team in terms of just their overall teamwork as a whole. Yeah. Because there's times where I see Maddie going in first and see other people making plays and stuff like that. It comes down to a lot of things, and I also agree with Parasite. I don't think Donnie just came into this team and ruined the chem. They looked like shit before Donnie even came in. They didn't look that good.
Hold on. To touch on Fire, and like Chris, Fire is my teammate now, and if we're
he's our teammate, bro.
Yeah, sorry, shit, he's our team. Fucking hell, big Xanax, huge Duarte. To touch on that, Paris were making series very close, and Lewis was not playing well. At all.
And the ones that he won, he was, and the ones that they won, he was playing well because he had some really good series.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, they're thinking when Fire plays well, we win. When he plays bad, we lose. And he's playing bad on a frequent basis. That's called inconsistency. You can't really win consistently with inconsistent players. I'm not saying it was entirely his fault. Like, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Like,
of course.
It's his first ever pro team. By any means, the team overall wasn't this dominant team that he was holding back. Like, I don't think that's what it was. They made a change that, on paper, I kind of agree with.
Yeah.
I worried about it because, for some reason, Classic and Temp, no matter how good they are individually, don't seem to work together. We saw it in World War II when they had a team with Hook and Slasher, who were obviously two top players, and they were fucking horrendous. So maybe that's just another team, but I was worried about these two being together, and it's just like whatever they have going on right now is not working. It's kind of like I said about Optic. Like, I feel like I'm watching four individuals play most of the time.
They don't have a system. They don't have a system. That's the way I see it. If anything, they're starting to try to build one. Obviously, it hasn't showed in their last matches. But that first match they played, maybe a week ago or something. I think last weekend they won one of their matches versus Florida. They looked good in that match, and then ever since then it's just been downhill. But some of the maps they've played are competitive, and then some of them are just a wash.
But I also want to make clear when I said Paris is shit, I'm saying as a whole they just haven't been playing well. But individually, these players can play. And you see it in the gameplay. You see Scraps making plays. You see Nicky D making plays at times. He had a little rough day today, but you know what Classic's been doing for the past few weeks. And then Aqua, right? He was like looking like a top main AR.
But Tom, here's the thing: if you have to rank all 12 teams, where do you put Paris?
Hold on, real quick.
At the bottom.
Before we talk more,
I said they've been playing like shit.
Go ahead, Zen.
Before we talk more, they're playing the best team in the world in this match, and the hard point was close. The control got really close. Like, it's not
That's
like
what I said. That's what I said, Zen.
To play devil's advocate to myself, it's like they don't look good, but it's not like they're looking like the last place team in the league.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're playing the best team in the game. You have to put some merit in that and realize that this is a super tough match when you're playing against the teamwork and talent and just everything that Toronto plays with is fucking coming full force at you.
I agree.
It's just a tough few matches for Paris. It's obviously a competitive league. I think they can put it together, but they haven't yet.
I just want to add on to that, Ben, because that's exactly what I said in the beginning. I was just like, you know what? They barely, not like they barely lost, but they kept a lot of these maps close, and they just came off a win. They just came off a win against who did they beat? LAG, was it?
Florida.
Or Florida, you're right. It was Florida, which is a great team. I mean, Florida has been looking great the last couple days. So they come out, they beat a team like Florida, and then they come here and play the best team in the game, like Zinni just said, and these maps are close. So, yeah, they've been shit, and their record's not looking good, and they might be at the bottom of the league right now. I'm not saying that they're in last place. You know what I mean. They're just on the bottom half of the whatever. But they don't look that bad. I think we might be dragging it a little bit
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
even dragging it
Hold
because
on, I
listen,
kind of
if you're at
disagree.
risk of not making champs,
You disagree, Ben? Go ahead, Ben.
We've talked about this before, man. Like, this league is very competitive.
Yeah.
So if we think that Paris is the 12th place team in the league, like we've seen consistently that the 12th, 11th, 10th place teams can challenge these teams and make these series competitive. But the difference between the top teams and the bottom teams is the top teams are able to finish maps and finish series.
Yeah.
And I think if you
agree.
look at how Paris has played historically through the last two stages, they still haven't gotten to that point where they can go ahead and close out the maps against good teams and get an advantage and win tough series. And to the Florida thing, haven't Paris beaten Florida 3 times? Aren't they like 3-1 against Florida this year? They played a lot, I believe.
I'm not sure.
And I think they lost once, but like the other 3 times I think they've won. I'm pretty sure.
But Ben, that's what I'm trying to say. And somebody said in the chat, Tommy Zooma's trying to sugarcoat it. That's fucking fugazi. Don't say stupid shit like that. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. I always come on and just give I always give my honest opinions. I don't care who's in the chat. I don't care who's watching. Now, I'm not going to try and be the biggest dickhead here, but sometimes I'm going to be super realistic. And I really don't think they look as bad as we're making it seem.
Okay, do you think they could win?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I'm just saying. Now, what are the next steps for Paris is what I'm trying to get to. This is where I'm trying to lead the conversation. What are the next steps?
First off, this show can be tough because we're friends with all these players, and here we are, fucking.
I personally don't give a fuck. I'll put my. It's the game. It's Call of Duty. It's the game. Like, I have nothing against anybody personally.
If you're a team at risk of not making champs, you simply don't have a very good team. And it's a very competitive league, but you are not on the upper echelon of teams if you are at risk of not making champs. And it's just that fucking clear cut. It really can't be argued with. What can they do? They have a lot of talent. They need to start playing together and simply start winning. I mean, I don't have a fucking blueprint of how Paris starts winning. I'm not part of that team. I don't know what's going wrong exactly behind this. Like, I don't know anything. I just need to put it together.
They just need to continue to work on their system if they're trying to build one and see how far that takes them. Because at this point, like, roster changes aren't gonna fix anything because then you're starting from square one. You're way too late. Like, and we've obviously seen that it's not like a one-person thing on their team where they're just gonna pick up one player. Like, and they're not gonna scrap the roster this late into the season. So they just need to continue doing what they're doing and working on it and just basically just trying their best at this point.
Let me highlight a couple of things. First off, they haven't won a single S&D in this stage. I'm pretty sure on that one, so that's not great. They showed us a card of their S&D stats as a team this year, and it was bad. They were last in a lot of categories, so they got to get better at search. And then in the respawns, I think they've won a couple of hardpoint maps. Actually, they've won hardpoint 3 times. Map 1 in a bunch of these series, and they've won control when it was a series against Florida. So just those 2 game modes in particular, like they can set these series up where they get a good map 1, but right now they're not able to get up on that 2-0 lead, and I think that would put them in a way better position if they can figure out how to get a little bit ahead in S&D right now.
Yeah, and those are the 2 game modes that take the most teamwork in this game. Control and S&D are literally all about being on the same page. Hardpoint's more scrappy.
Yeah, Ted put in the chat, he says, step number 1, I'm the quarterback now. Which means that Donnie's stepping up to the plate.
Donnie's Chris Paul. I like this.
He's going to try and lead this team to victory. And guys, just to, end it, right? We're in the convo. All I was saying is Paris did not, to sum it up, right? Paris do not look good. They don't. Like, I'm just going to be honest. They don't look very good. I don't know what steps that they have to take to be better because, like Zinni said, I don't have a blueprint. Like, I don't really know what else to do. People keep saying Zooma's flipping, but I don't know what you guys want me to say. I really don't. I think the players are really good on the team. I do. And it's just not working as a team. And if I had to figure out a way to fix the team, it would have to just go back. Haggy said that they haven't even been like that. Let's just say that Haggy said there's more that they could be doing. So they just have to go back, try and figure it out, come back and play the game and see if they can turn this this league around. But we'll just move on from that. We'll just move on for that.
A little off topic. I want to say that I am not a fan of this 4 teams not going to champs format. I would love to see every single team go to champs. I understand the reasoning and wanting to make the league meaningful, and I fully get that, but it's just tough to come to terms with the fact that like a team like this who has obvious upset potential and can be fun to watch at times won't make champs.
I disagree. If you play terrible for like the entire year, you shouldn't be able to just gift into the final event. I like now they've changed the format where you have to play good.
I mean, listen, I feel like that's a good, like the bottom 4 teams starting losers. I mean, that's when their backs are against the wall. We can see a fucking crazy losers run. I think to not even go to the event, first off, it's the first ever time in Call of Duty history we're doing that. And I don't know. I just always liked every team going.
We don't hand out participation.
No, I agree. I agree with Zin, and I agree with Zin, but it's because of a whole different issue. My take on it is just the fact that we're switching formats in the middle of the year in terms of going online to LAN, and obviously we've had this argument. It can affect teams differently. I don't think that teams that are performing terribly in an online segment of a league for a majority of the time should be alienated when we're switching to LAN like that, because obviously they might not be able to have this initial success when we return to LAN, but if they start looking better, right, and start performing better, and they barely miss out on this champs, that would really suck to see some of these teams lose out that could be upsets, could make these losers bracket runs. So obviously starting in losers and stuff like that, like Zin said, would have been cool.
I mean someone in the chat said something good real quick before. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
someone in the chat said maybe do 10 teams and have the bottom 2 not qualify. I would definitely like to see, I feel like with a 12-team league, which isn't really a lot of teams to begin with compared to what we used to have, and which I think a lot of people would agree is better at 16 teams. I think to have 4 out of 12 teams not go to the biggest tournament of the year and have a chance to prove themselves and compete for the money and just compete on the big stage. It's just, I don't know. I never liked the idea of a team not even having a shot, right?
Especially with how close it is in the standings. For that 8th spot, look at the teams fighting. Look how close it is. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ben. You all pissed off. You want to talk? Go ahead.
I get that no one wants to be the bad guy, and people's friends didn't want to say all people's friends and people they know aren't going to make events.
I don't give a fuck about my friends.
But let me lay it straight here. To your point, Haggy, I personally think it also goes the other way. If it would be really unfair if teams that have played well online in an environment that they can't control, and let's say they have one bad LAN event and those points and those events have a way higher allocation than the other events and they get screwed because of it. I don't think that's fair either. It's a situation under control. And to my second point, I want to double down on it, which is I get that we used to have a format where teams would come through an open qualifier and LCQ, and then you had this big tournament that was a big celebration of COD. I get the OTWL format, and it was great. And you had some good storylines of teams like Singularity that would come in and make a decent run. There were a bunch of others. But in this closed franchise format, I just think I kind of agree with this format that it would be really – you need to reward teams for playing well through most of the season.
Yeah,
and not teams that just make a honeymoon change and the end of stage 5 and just try and ride it to the last event.
Yeah, but there's a roster lock.
I understand that, but that's the issue at play here.
But
it just becomes a roster shuffle.
All you do at that point is just start the teams that make it through, in winners, and then start the teams that don't make it through in losers. So you get rewarded by being in winners.
I mean, yeah,
it's not like you're just robbing.
I can't believe he hit that hipfire. By the way, sorry,
yeah,
that was crazy. That was crazy.
Watching over the shoulder. I was like, "What the fuck?" But
but then what's the point of the regular season then? That's my thing.
What? I mean,
here's winners.
Just seeding for a demolition bracket. That's kind of lame.
Wait, Ben, I think maybe we have 16 teams. There's a better argument. Okay, we have 12 teams now, and 4 don't make it. That's more teams. To have 4 out of 12 not go is crazy to me, and I think it's pretty simple. If you're not a good team and your bottom 4, or however many don't make it, you didn't make prize money all year and you start in losers. Is that not a good enough penalty for not being good? Do you think making it is definitely the answer? Or?
Well, my thing is, if we want to use the pro sports model, traditionally it's 50% of the teams make playoffs. The other half of the teams are hitting the golf course after the season.
There's a lot more teams than 12 in pro sports.
I know you have 20, 30 team leagues, but listen, at the end of the day, we got to reward some teams for playing well for most of the season. They get a chance, and the teams that struggled, so be it. That's how it is.
But what Zinni's saying is the teams that are doing well are still getting rewarded. They're still making prize money. They're still getting put in winners, stuff like that. Ben, why are you so frustrated? Why are you shaking your head? Why are you rubbing your eyes? I said 2 words before and you lean back. What do you mean hypocritical? What do you mean?
No, because we've sat here and talked about how we don't want to be a friendship thing, and I just feel like every time this argument comes up, it's like, dude,
that's not friendship.
Why are we just gifting spots to champs to teams that just won 5 series all year?
We've been doing it all. Listen, hold on. This is the first ever year that teams aren't qualifying for champs. In my opinion,
It would have
and
been last year too, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know. I respect your opinion, and I do understand where you're coming from. Right? There has to be some penalty for not being good, and I think that penalty is not making any prize money really, and being in losers at champs where your back's against the wall, you have one shot. That's what I think is a good penalty. At the same time, I don't completely disagree with what you're saying. Like, I understand your side.
I get both sides. I don't understand where the friendship shit comes in. I really don't understand. I don't understand the correlation there at all.
Here's what I'd say. I would also see the validity in argument saying, let's look at like the NBA model for a play-in tournament and make maybe the bottom 6 teams have to play a smaller tournament that then gets into champs. It maybe gets too confusing as a format. That's not how they want to do it. I can see there's some middle ground, but at the end of the day,
that's a good
idea. You got to figure out a way to reward the teams that play well, and the teams that don't play well, you know.
I mean, I agree with you, Ben. I agree with you.
I kind of like that idea better. Actually, you put the bottom 4 teams, and that's kind of what we do in challengers, right? The 3 through 6 teams have a double elim 4-team tournament, and the 2 that come out victorious make it to the knockout bracket. I think that's not a bad idea, but at the same time, then it's like your argument is, why would you reward the 11th and 12th place team by giving them a chance to beat the 9th and 10th? Unless, I mean, never mind, because I kind of agree that bottom 4 is still bottom 4.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in the chat that, you know, you guys keep saying, let's talk about the series, We said before the series, guys, there's not much to talk about. We watched the games.
It was not.
We write notes on things. It was one-way traffic the whole series, man. Toronto came out and wiped the fucking floor. And we got 2 other series to talk about, man. So shout out to Bance in the chat. Shout out to all the Toronto guys, because you guys look great. We've been talking a lot about Paris and their struggles, but I also want to give a huge shout out to Toronto Ultra, because they've been coming out to play. And they're definitely the team to beat right now.
Tom, the team that is most likely on the path to win this major and go back to back. They look phenomenal.
I mean,
I've seen some stupid.
I mean, Zinni keeps saying Toronto, but you know, I think my guy's got a good shot. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think 3. We can talk about it more, but I think New York FaZe and Toronto are probably the best 3. I think on the Toronto side, I saw some BS on Twitter and Reddit. They're like, oh, Group A is not as strong as Group B. It's not like Toronto had a control over how the other teams drafted. You only play the teams in front of you, and I think it's very impressive to only lose 1 map in 5 matches.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, I understand the series was close, but sometimes, I personally, from watching, Toronto was in full control of all the maps. Like, whether they won by 2 points or 100 points. It just seemed like Toronto was in full control. Now, we have 2 other series to talk about, so sometimes I don't want to break down every little point because we'll be here for hours, especially we have a lot to say to talk about, especially with the New York 100 Thieves. So I apologize if you guys want us to talk about the series, but we're definitely going to move on. I actually got a surprise for you guys because I have the whole entire New York Subliners team coming into the show. We got Asum, Clayster, Hydra, Mac, and JP. Welcome to the flank, the New York Subliners. How you doing?
Woo! That's good.
Welcome. We got everybody in here. Like I said, we got Asum, Clay, Hydra, JP, and Mac. Welcome to the stream, guys. Great series. Great win at you guys today.
Thanks.
Thank you. Paco, my name's Anthony Zinni. It's good to meet you finally, you little legend. I love your. I love your.
Don't speak too fast.
Calm it down, Zin.
Oh, sorry. I was talking too quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too quick, Zin.
Calm down.
Paco, my name is Anthony. No. I just want to say I love your comms. I love his comms.
Yeah, it's great comms. He definitely has great comms.
Wait. Paco, that's Methodz, by the way.
Yeah.
I was watching the flank, so.
Yeah, we haven't played against each other, unfortunately.
Yo, I'm gonna mute out for this series, so that way it's not
likewise.
flooded,
Fun,
and I'll be back for the last one.
All right,
bro. You guys do your thing.
Yeah, later.
You're a good win, by the way. Thank you. Later.
Thank you.
New York Subliners, how we doing? Hey, I was jumping out of my seat again today. I feel like every time you guys play, I get super excited. I don't know. I just love watching you guys play, but. Coming into this series, was there anything that you guys noted down? Anything you guys wrote down, or what? Or do you just do what you always do?
Well, I have a question.
It's a new team. What are we writing down? They haven't played a match together.
Yeah, I don't know, Clay.
We're taking their old tracks?
Wait,
I don't fucking know.
Screw you, Clay. Listen, the one thing we did say before.
Exactly.
Before
I knew you guys said something. Why do you go into the series and don't say a fucking word?
Today, okay, is that literally, what was it? Fucking 5 players in the top 5 hard point
Top
per
6,
10-minute
yeah,
kills.
Top 6.
Top
bro.
6, yeah.
5 out of the top 6. And Vivid's one of them, and so he's just first.
Yeah, so we basically have the 5 out of the top 5 kills per 10 minutes in hard points. We knew going into today that the hard points were gonna be a grueler. With me, Kyler, or me, Hook, Hydra, Clay, and Kenny. And Kenny, sorry, yeah. So yeah, we knew the hard points were gonna be really close.
No, 100%. I mean, you guys start off on Garrison hardpoint. I don't know how the vetoes went down. Was this whose pick was this?
Ours.
This is our pick. All right, bet. So,
I gotta
Paco,
tip
did
you guys
click,
for
did
the.
you click the link, by the way?
yeah. There's a link in the chat so you guys can watch with us.
I was very surprised I saw the map said that Checkmate wasn't in and saw the guys ban Checkmate twice. So I got to tip that strategy to try and put on some other maps. Obviously, D's had a different team when they were good at Checkmate, but
brother,
I like this strat.
They have long schlongs on Checkmate, bro. Just be careful of them on Checkmate.
Just know we got a deep map pull, Ben.
Yeah, I like that, JP. I love that. Love that. Wait, what do you mean they got long schlongs? Are they good at Checkmate?
Yeah, they just got the hammer on that map, brother. It's just you can't beat them. Sorry, whatever.
Wait, JP, at what point in this game do we go on that crazy chain? So we can,
it's after the P4, I think.
After the okay, Ben, keep an eye on the score after the P5 or the after.
Yeah, I got
P4.
you, brother.
You guys go absolutely rogue.
I peep. I see all on TweetDeck, brother.
All right, so I wanted to talk to you, Mac. Mac, how you doing, Mac?
Doing pretty good, Tom.
Mac,
how you doing?
Mac, you know you're my fucking guy. You know you're my son.
Like what?
COD son. I just want to get your input a little bit. You absolutely fried today, kid. Yeah, like
Thank
what,
you,
like a 1.4 or 1.3 or something, right? So you came out and
something like that.
You came out and did your thing, and I know a lot of people were giving you flack in the beginning of the year. I have no idea why, but the last couple months, how have you been just focusing on yourself? How you been getting better? You just been grinding every single day with you got a lot of wax in the chat. They love you. They love you, Mac. But what have you been doing to just kind of turn this around and just kind of hit your final form?
Yeah, so in practice, I've been just focusing really hard on just getting more comfortable in the second AR role and just learning to just let the game come to me more and just kind of, I don't know, just try not to force too much or too many things and
wake up,
slow down a little bit, just get more comfortable.
Yeah, no, 100%. I know what you're saying. I feel like with more reps, honestly, it'll always get better.
We as ARs over here in the subliners just looked to the best AR in the league in sight and said, hey, let's play like him. And he lets the whole game come to him at all times, bro. So we're learning how to do that, and it shows, man. Mac is killing it, bro.
Yeah, he is. He's frying. And then I also want to talk to Paco. I want to talk to Hydra. Hydra, listen. Hydra, just a little bit. Like, we got to get a little bit out of you. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Hydra, you're an absolute animal, man. You're a beast. And I know you're welcome. You're welcome. And I know that the English is tough for you because you're not from this country. Yeah, shout out to Asa, man. You were absolutely piecing right there.
Sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just saying, I know that you came from a different country. Obviously, you came from France. And it's been very difficult for you because obviously English is not your main language, right?
Yep.
So you come into the team. You're trying to learn a new language, and you've been playing really well, man. Just kind of how you been doing with the team? You been enjoying yourself, or what? You been having fun?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to play in the league.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I wanted to just say your comms, man. When we're watching the games, it seems like your comms are apparently, and I don't know. Apparently, you communicate a lot more in matches, Paco.
Yeah. I'm not trading screens.
Why? Do you just, Paco? Do you just have more energy, or what?
I'm just playing for my life in matches.
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing for your life. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So it's like you're actually in war, basically. You're in just a straight out war. But hey, man, I think over the last couple weeks, especially in the listenings, you've definitely been doing a great job. So I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you. Everybody at New York is proud of you, and the team's been looking great. And then I just wanted to ask the team, like Clay and all you guys.
His first pro tournament, he's first seed, beat 3 of the top teams. We got a first round bye, and he dropped a 2.0 on their foreheads. This kid's the GOAT, dude.
Yeah, he's good.
First time ever in pro play.
100%.
Paco is nasty. Paco, what's the motto? What do you live by? Ego chow.
Yeah, ego chow everywhere.
Everywhere,
That's
bro.
my job.
He's got the gun to do it too, bro.
Tommy loves that strategy too.
Yeah, that's a great Paco. That was what I used to say, so I like that a lot. But I mean, I'll ask you guys, Clay, and everybody else on the team. I mean, what's it like playing with Hydra, man? Having him come into the team and just kind of turning things around. I mean, he's been coming out frying.
Who wants to answer?
mean,
Mac, answer.
Guy's a beast. What is there more to say? Makes my job a lot easier with the.
No, I mean,
the AR
I just heard you guys talking before. Like Clay was saying, you know, Asim's more of like a support sub now, and he's able to finesse and do other stuff. It's just it changed the whole role of the team. That's what I was trying to get at you guys.
We're way more comfortable now because like the thing is like Mac wasn't a bad sub, Colin wasn't a bad second AR, but moving Mac back to the AR has strengthened him, and then bringing in Paco has strengthened up our sub play significantly. And me and Sim were already playing pretty good, you know, like before this, and like not necessarily stage 2, but stage 1 we played pretty well. But then now it's kind of like Paco is our main slayer, so Sim can play a more support finesse sub, and he's insanely good at it while still dropping numbers. And then I've kind of revamped my play after stage 2 after I performed so bad, and I'm performing at a consistent level now, and the system works a lot better. It works so much better even with the slight language barrier we have. The system and the flow, and like, dude, we're undefeated in hardpoint, playing 3 of the best teams, including what we thought was the best hardpoint team.
Yeah, you guys are 9-0, right? 9-0 in hardpoint. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's some close stuff. Yeah, we need to fix our control. Yeah, there's some search that can be better. But dude, it's been so much. It's been a breath of fresh air to play with Paco. He's very good.
Yeah, he definitely is very good. Somebody, Ben actually linked me a tweet. It says something I've noticed from NYSL's Garrison hardpoint is their dominance on the second P1 of the game. With Hydra 43-0 versus Atlanta, 34-0 versus London, 48-0 versus LA Thieves. Damn.
Pivot point of the game, brother.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean,
I'm curious in all 3 of those examples if you guys also had P5 control and just put them in the demon trap and then set yourselves up to stay ahead of the game.
The ATL one,
probably.
Yeah, we had ATL trapped. The London one, I can't even remember the London one. I can't remember this.
Thieves,
That was a long time ago.
Thieves definitely had them in the trap.
Yeah, Thieves
we definitely did. Yeah.
We probably had London in the trap too, honestly.
I mean,
to further Clay's point, like we were saying, like I think bringing on Hydra has brought so much more like slaying role for me personally. Like now, like you'll see me be like taking a lot of routes, and like I mean, like I said it to the team, like the first day Hydra came on, like I told him, I said like he loved the ego challenge gimmick, and I said, yeah, Paco, just keep ego challenge. Like I got your routes, I got your hills. Like you do what you do best, and you ego challenge. I mean, and now it's just gotten to a point where like Clay said, our flow is like something so natural now to where like we don't even
nobody's doing too much. Everybody's doing 25%,
doing their job,
bro.
and
they're
it doesn't
just doing
seem
their
like
job.
no one's doing like no one's overdoing it. And I mean, to be honest, it just feels like second nature, and that's amazing. If we keep it up, like I don't see anyone taking our hardpoint.
We also have to mention that this is a new team we're playing. Like they felt like a new team. They didn't feel like the old LAT. They felt like a new one. Not saying worse or better, but they felt definitely newer, you know? So I'm sure they're still working stuff out.
For sure. I mean, it's only been a few days. Not even, a couple days.
We've had 3-4 weeks now with Paco, and they've only had a week with Kyler.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like,
Siege, no thief.
my favorite one was No Hookie Empire Dookie.
Yeah, I saw that one. No Hookie Empire Dookie. Yup, I saw that one. That one was funny. I wanted to talk about the first map, but to be fair, you guys' rotations were on point. You guys were all winning fights. I mean, you guys 100 point clubbed them, so it's just kind of like
after P3 on the first
to talk about the system a little more, man. Like when we played Optic, I went like 11 and 19. Like nobody, like Paco just had a good map, and then in that series right there, that map right there, nobody's freaking frying, but we're all playing at a high level, and that's what you love to see, man.
Yeah, the teamwork, man. Right. Teamwork makes the dream work.
How much full did Kyler lose right here?
Yeah, I wanted to bring this round because this spot was.
You know, I bring out the spots in important matches, right?
Yeah, true.
My
he definitely.
God.
He sees me.
Yeah.
He sees me. He sees me. Look, right here. He sees my foot.
Wait, Clay, I didn't even see. What the hell, dude?
I was so scared I was gonna get turned on. I was so scared I was gonna get turned on.
I was holding my breath watching
I was so scared.
That was such a fugazi spot.
Bajillion IQ play. No bullshit.
Yeah, no, that was actually
wait,
lit.
was it the round before where Sim mapped?
Wait, yeah,
in the
you have
front
to
purple?
go. It's round 2.
Yeah,
round
it comes
2.
up. It comes up. Yeah.
No, I think it was round 3.
round 3.
Round 3.
Yeah, it was round 3. Just go to round 3.
Then run it back.
Well, I mean, to start, let's talk about the map a little bit, because to start the S&D, you guys go down 0-2. What were they hitting you guys with that caught you off guard? Was there anything that you guys just fucked up on?
Aggression.
They just came out with aggression. You guys were a little flat.
We need some time and search, man. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely need some time and search. But then you guys end up coming back.
Beginning of this round. Right there, dude.
Oh, that was, bro. You were beaming with that shit. The fucking 74
watch it. Sim had a brief moment where he goes in his head, should I take the shell on this guy? Yeah, I'm taking the challenge.
Oh yeah. Wait, was he weak or did you just absolutely just beam him, bro?
No.
Damn.
he just
Okay.
mapped
So
him.
yeah, that guy got absolutely mopped. But then you guys find yourselves down 2-4.
Down 2 rounds again.
Yeah,
It's
down 2 rounds again.
Two separate situations where it's down
God-like
2 rounds.
situational play here. Little scheme moving.
And this is what Asim does best. I mean, he's playing he's by himself on the A site.
Are we on defense or offense here?
You guys are on defense. You guys are on defense.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
pause it to when the bomb is at boat.
It's
Bombs at boat?
kind of crazy that you guys are on defense and they're on your side of the map and you're on their side of the map.
Dude, look at the map layout, Tommy.
This makes no sense.
Looks like
So did you guys just hit middle here? Is that what happened? You guys hit mid? You just ran up mid?
I heard them slide behind Mac. I go, yo, they slid behind your docks. He goes, nah, man. I was like, all right.
Wait, what?
I was dead. I was like, I heard him, dude. But whatever.
And Max said, nah? He said, nah, man.
He's like, you heard your teammate or so you heard me or something. I was like, all right, dude, whatever.
No, for real though. Why is the bomb boat and they have B control with 2 of them parking
Well,
garage?
see, what they're...
And how did number 4 and 3 get out without 5 and 6?
I know. Let's go back to the beginning of this round.
So what I think what 100 Thieves is trying to do
purple.
is make their way towards B, maybe make some noise, and the guys A side can push up and maybe catch
like
somebody off guard.
Rotation through garage and then,
Wait,
like,
but how does Kenny not see him here? How does Kenny not see him?
Dude.
Oh, the timing!
Dude, that timing is absurd.
That
bro.
timing is absurd. It is absurd. So as Kenny jumps down docks, you guys just cross middle. Wow. Whoa.
Wow.
Is Zin here? Let me hear Zin.
Zin's muted out. He's probably listening though. He's probably. I mean, he could stay in here. I don't know why he muted out. He could have stayed in here. It didn't really bother me, but yeah, I think they were just trying to get you guys on skates and then trying to get the A bomb down. But Asim, you went absolutely massive. I feel like a lot of people are playing that corner spot on A now. Like I feel like a lot of people play there. I saw Chino playing there the other day and he was picking up kills. But
Chino's got a lot of good spots, bro.
Yeah, Chino's.
I steal a lot of Chin spots.
Money Chin, bro. You gotta steal him. But you play super patient. You get a kill. Oh, did you see him? Oh, you did see him. You saw him at the last second. So you get him off the bomb. Big 2Ps. This was a huge round because if you guys go down 5-2, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could have been a different map.
There he is.
Hey, dude, Zin. Okay, he's gone again. All right, have a good day, Zin. Have a good day. But that was a huge round for you guys. You win the defense. You go back on the offensive round, and then this round, don't you guys lose this? Or do you win this?
I don't remember, bro.
I don't remember either, bro.
We
Too much
lose this
COD.
round.
Too much. Yeah, you guys lose this, and you go right, and you guys go down 5-3.
We were down by 2 rounds 3 times in this game and still
Yeah.
We were 2 and 9 in first bloods.
So what's the plan here? Slow play purple? Like, what do you guys? What's the?
I mean,
brother, what plan do you want? What? This is like the second time we played this together.
No, but I'm saying.
The question is,
first of all, Clay, calm the fuck down, Clay. I'm asking a fucking question. You know what I'm saying?
Plan. We're winging it.
Wait, no, we win this round. Don't
You
we?
winged it?
Yeah, we win this round. We win this round.
Yeah, what?
You say you're winging it?
We
4-4.
Yeah,
look at the beams.
My bad. We go down 4-5.
Nice little team shots out of the ARs. Love that.
Yeah. No,
We won like 3 separate dagger rounds, bro.
I want to watch the next round because this is the one where Collar flanks middle.
Who kind of trolled that round by just wide challenging you guys purple? He kind of trolled a little bit.
Dude, in this round, in the setup, Sim is like, just look over me, watch my cross. I'm like, yo, middle's open. We need someone to watch middle. He goes, nah, dude, just hard look at my cross. I was like, okay. And watch my 2 arrow in the top of the building. I'm like, all right, dude, I'll come watch it. They just run up middle there.
Bro, I wasn't expecting LAGs to run down middle of Miami S&D. The ball's amazing, little rats. Goddamn.
Wait, Mac, did you lose full?
They took the ball middle. How?
Oh, yeah.
Mac, I would have lost full if I got shot in the back.
They hit A in around
dumpster.
11 on checkmate. Like, what? They got balls the size
Ben,
of
can you run it
Montana,
back?
bro.
Have you ever seen a team double hit middle with the bomb on Miami S&D? I've never seen
like
it.
it.
Yeah, well, I was watching it.
I
It's
mean,
tippable. It's very tippable. I will say
I mean,
it's very tippable.
it is a good play. If you've never seen it, it's a pretty good play to do it.
Play.
I mean, they could have also broke down you guys' setups. They could be doing some VOD watching.
I mean, it's
Taco,
round,
what do you think about this play?
I have no idea. I was watching Garage. That's
What are you thinking right here?
it. Bro, no way, bro.
Bro, you guys must have the best time in practice. You guys must just be having a good ass time.
Did you get to listen in map 4? I literally go, y'all got to do the credit setup.
Yeah, I saw that. It was super credit.
And we had a lot of fun, bro.
And then when you giggled, it was just quiet for like 2 or 3 seconds. Like nobody said a word. And I was like, okay.
We have to also listen to the lesson in on the raid hardpoint.
Yeah, no, definitely want to. But I definitely want to watch the end of this S&D because this got really mixy. And I really like the way you guys closed it out.
He did it to me right here, bro. So, round 11 comes around. I'm like, oh, Draza.
Yeah.
I'm doing it back.
Nah, you guys end up going down 4-5. I mean, this setup on Miami is just so hard to break.
On right here.
Hey, so you guys shit on
streaks.
Yeah, bad.
Oh.
It was bad. It was really bad. Look at my player cam. Look at my.
If you got that kill, we could have clutched.
Look at me. I'm so mad.
You're so mad, bro. Yeah, you're so fucking mad.
That was for streaks.
Wait, Asim, did you like break your headset or something at the first map?
He pulled it out after the second map.
Watch
his reaction. Watch his reaction after this map. After we win. Watch his reaction.
All right, so you guys go down 4-5. Yeah, you guys go down 4-5. You get back on the offense. Yeah, he was
correct. I had a lot of reactions this series. I don't know what happened to me.
Brother, this round was insane. I meathead and get picked.
Usually I pride myself on my composure, but today, dude, I don't know.
Hey, you're kind of going rogue right there, Clay. No bullshit. You're in the open.
I know how Kenneth plays it, bro. I was trying to get a pick.
You end up dying though, don't you?
Yeah, I said I meatheaded. I shouldn't have went back for seconds.
Yo.
I went back for
Clay, why are you so mad, bro? It's like the one time I asked
Clay got picked.
Bro, he gets so mad.
Another first ball.
What the fuck are you doing, Clay? Stop getting picked, bro.
Bro, literally over and over.
I went back for more, bro. I wanted a second one.
Yo, Tom, look at this 200 IQ play, bro. Watch this shit.
All right, let me see this, bro. Let's see the 200 IQ play. Where are you the one with the bomb?
Paco goes meathead a little bit.
Yeah. But to be fair, I mean, there's 20 seconds left, and it's like.
Paco not
this is where now I want to give credit to Mac here because Mac just makes a play beach and just gets nasty angles and hits absolute laser beams and then clutches the 1v1. So it's just an overall. Did you die? How did you die right there, Asim?
Because I kept shimmying him and I kept getting him weak, and I'm assuming Mac was gonna run at him, but Mac was completely silent in this play, and I'm like,
so give it a
I would shimmy, get one bullet.
Because this got a little, guys, this got a little scary, guys.
So Mac, what was your thought process here, bud?
Well, you see, I just didn't want him to, I didn't want to slide off to the left so that he can get away to the right,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Facts.
Can I get some honesty here?
What? Go ahead, Asim.
No, I want Mac to.
You got it, Sam.
No, Mac.
I mean,
no. Mac just lied right there, guys.
Did he lie?
It was a setup. It was a setup.
It was a setup.
But
yeah, I definitely thought there was another player alive right here for sure.
Wait,
definitely thought it was 2v2 right here.
Okay.
And that's why I didn't slide off at him for sure.
Even though he killed Kyler in purple, the second last kid alive, he still thinks it's a 2v2.
Okay, so listen, everybody in the chat, listen. It might be a little sloppy in the New York camp, but they get it done. Okay, it might be a little sloppy, but they get it done. They're mistracking names. Clay's going meathead mode. Paco falls up going meathead mode. Shit's falling apart. Asim, I don't know how you died right there. I would have just kept throwing some shimmies because it got a little mixy. You know what I'm saying? But
what does that mean, Slappy?
What?
Sloppy?
Sloppy.
Not good.
So Paco, sloppy is like it's like it's not organized. It's like you guys are better than this. You know what I'm saying? You're better. Okay. You could play better.
Okay.
So sloppy bad. Sloppy is bad.
Okay.
But yeah,
not organized, not put together.
Yeah. But Mac goes big. Mac goes big. He pops a big 3. He clutches at the round. You go 5-5, and I love the way you guys play this 5-5. I like the way
we were asking, what should we do? You motherfucking hit B.
Yeah, no. But I like how you guys just get this bomb down. Like you don't waste no time.
This trade was so important by Sim positioning on this pillar like that. So important. And watch the footwork. Me and Sim trade out easy peasy, right? You gotta get some positioning. They don't know I'm here. What's going on? I don't have bomb though. Got to back down Draza. Fucking heard Kenny right here.
I was gonna say, did you hear him? You heard him? Were you thinking about shooting through the wall? You definitely were.
Yes,
you definitely were.
I decided not to. Just watch the footwork from me and Sim, right?
You should have heard Ben right here.
Back down. Sim crosses. I go watch his wall. Kill or shoot Kenny. Jump it over the wall. Ooh.
Then you all retreat back to the head glitches. Get back.
Sim's like, go to docks. I'm like, oh, bet you got Alpha Bomb. Let's go.
Perfect.
Game over.
I kind of lost full that normally these try to pinch. They just made this so easy for you guys to hold this.
Sim was looking for it the whole time. Yeah. I was like, Sim, give up the pinch and help me right here.
Yeah.
Once Draza shoots, I was like, Sim. Sim, he's right there.
Bro, I got scared right here when Draza killed you, and then Paco jumped on the wall right there. He went rogue. Paco went rogue, bro. He went rogue.
Live and die by the ego challenge.
No. Bro, Paco made me so nervous right here because I thought because you know when he jumps out like that, if he's just like head glitching the truck and kills him, like yeah, he went to go check the bomb, and then he saw him.
Bomb checks, motherfucker.
Oh, you died.
No, you die. Yeah, you die, motherfucker. You got people.
But he checked right as I died.
Hey, man, you never know. Sometimes.
I got scared right there when nobody checked the bomb for 7 seconds.
Listen, don't fucking question Paco. You understand?
Yeah,
Don't question.
What's your reaction? Watch Sim.
Don't fucking question him.
Watch
Damn, Asem, you're on crack. Damn.
What is going on here?
Dude, you were turned.
Bro, wait,
Take some claps.
You were fucking turned, bro.
If you go forward like 2 skips, after the final kill cam, he's still behind his chair. It'll show the final kill cam, and then cuts back, and he's still standing up.
No. Wait, no, Asem, your reactions were comedy. Your reactions were actually comedy.
I know, today was good.
Look, it cuts back to us.
Here it comes, they're up
It's been a while.
What are you doing? Sit down. What is purple chair? Only Asem would have a purple chair. Asem, I think it was after the control where they went to your. It just looked like you were stretching. It looked like you lost complete composure.
Tommy, I lost so much full.
Oh, yeah, I could tell. Well, let's go into it. You guys go up 2-0. You guys make the comeback in S&D. So good composure there. Obviously, you guys are still working on S&D. I think that's gonna take a little bit of time, but you guys are looking better in that game mode. Then we go over to the control. It's raid control. And it starts off 1-1. Ben just decided to skip through the whole beginning of the map.
I want to watch the last 3 rounds of this because
You're not gonna watch Mac Fry in the very start, huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Mac was 22-9.
Listen, we did that for like 12 hours.
Run it back. Let's see.
Run it back,
to the
Ben.
beginning? Okay.
Mac was like fucking frying.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm trying to get to the highlights, man. Sheesh.
Wait, that is a highlight.
Fine, go to the highlights, Ben.
No, that's a highlight because you just roasted me. It's all good.
Forget it. Just go back.
It's done. It's done.
I just want to talk about the match.
16-2 not a highlight. That's all I gotta say. How is that not a highlight?
Ooh, we're 1-4
it's a
in
good
control
individual
now.
highlight, but I want to get to the Knicks at the end of that map. There's some absolute bullshit going down on the map.
Oh, there's absolute bullshit.
Some buffoonery.
There were some interesting plays being made by both teams.
No, there was definitely
there was
a little bit of fugazi.
Was I involved in the?
Everybody on the map was involved.
Oh yeah, there was some fugazi. There was definitely some fugazi, but Mac, you come out, you fucking almost drop a nuke. How do you feel?
Feeling good. Just back to what I was just back to like what I was saying. Just getting like a lot more comfortable with like just on the map in general with the AR.
Yeah, no, 100%. But I think right off the rip, I thought you guys were gonna win 3-0. To be honest, I thought you guys were gonna. Once you guys came back in the S&D, yeah, you should have. And I think that's where Ben was gonna just kind of fast forward to. But Ben, what were your thoughts watching this match? I know you have a lot to say about like the mid half to the end of this map. But
this is probably one of the more exciting raid controls I've watched. There's a little bit for everybody in this. A couple of kill streaks, some crazy clutches, 2v2s, some absolute chokes out of the team on defense.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what this play was.
Absolute mistiming.
Jesus.
Don't worry, guys, I got him.
Just 4 guys jump out the door.
Yeah,
forget about it.
Forget about it.
But yeah, man. And then Paco's going rogue
ring.
ring.
I love it for everybody this map.
Yeah. No, we got to show love to everybody.
I'm gonna skip through like the first
skip.
Okay.
We can skip.
Bro.
Mac, you choked the missile, Mac. You choked the missile, bro.
Oh no, not again. Wait, where is it?
He choked. They just showed it. He just showed it for a second. He messed it up, bro. He's 1 kill off and he ego child, bro.
That's the one thing I've been on Mac's ass is fucking cruise missiles, dude. He's horrible with them.
Really? I feel like a lot of people are really bad with their cruise missiles. I'm gonna be honest.
And I might be. I'm up there for sure.
I mean, they're kind of questionable ones. They're not like. I mean, you guys might need to just go back and just practice them. Ace, remember me and you would go back and practice them in the beginning of the year? Me and you would always go back in the private match and go run that shit. Because Clay would lose full. Hey, you guys not curving the missile. What do you guys do? All right, Clay, we'll go into a private match later and go figure it out. Jesus, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty acid curving it, honestly.
It's kind of weird. It kind of feels weird in this game. Yeah, it is kind of hard. It's not easy.
Dude, I think
I was
Alex is the
shit
best
on
at
him, dude.
Oh, turn
that's
on.
tough.
Yeah.
My 40's here, back.
But right off the rip, it's tied at 1 right now, and 100 Thieves are on the offensive side. They're able to get the 8-point very quickly. They have a minute and a half left on the clock to try and to cap this. But Ben, I know you had a few things that you wanted to say, so go ahead. You got the floor.
Well, in this round, we'll get to it. Why am I getting?
You sound like a Charlie Brown parrot right there.
Preseason is saying to me, Tom knows this.
Listen, man, just get to your fucking point, Ben. Mine on.
Like
I'm sorry.
We'll let this play out, but this actually comes down to like a pretty crazy 2v2 between both teams. That Kyler is able to clutch up, although I think he got team shots at the end.
He got team shot. Everybody was fucking. They were like, Hydra got shit on. I said, bro,
Twitter
he got
was
shot by
like
2
people's
guys.
legs getting crossed, but I think it was a team shot.
He got shot at by 2 guys, so I don't know. I personally did. Even if he got the kill, he would have gotten traded, and you guys probably would have lost the round regardless. So I don't think it was that big of a deal. But
I had some doo-doo brain at some points in this map. I'll admit it.
Yeah, I think a few of you had some doo-doo brain.
When you're having a blinder though, bro, it's tough, man. You're in the zone. Sometimes you have poo-poo brain.
Yeah.
Yo, Mac, you might need to throw some snakes into your gameplay, bro.
Low-key.
Start hitting
I was
some
actually
snakes.
mind-blown he chelled out.
Yeah. Wait, he actually low-key came out of nowhere there and melted you. That was kind of weird.
This was pretty tragic.
Yeah. So what happened here? Miscommunication or Paco? I guess Hydra just lost him. He fucking lost
he didn't
him.
know he was in that. That was a deep corner, right, Paco?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was asking.
Yeah, I remember him. He was like asking me like in the moment, like, where is he? And I was like,
This is the pivotal moment where I get absolutely horked on by Kenny. From fucking.
Oh yeah, you were talking about this. Yeah.
No, Venom killed me.
Wait,
no. You're thinking of another time, Clay. I know exactly what you're talking about. When you challenged that money and Kenny killed you.
Yeah.
And he beamed you. Yeah,
I think that was right there. No.
No. You didn't die by Kenny. It was another time. But I like the plays here. I mean, Hydra, he plays a good off angle. He gets a kill.
This is a miscommunication right here, dude.
Yeah. What happened here?
A super big miscommunication. They were spamming chairs, and I didn't know there was a second one in the hill, and I wasn't looking at the hill ticker, and I didn't realize there was 2 in hill. I would have came around that corner bottom bed and pre-fired that kid in the corner, but we were like Mac was spamming chairs, which is the other side.
Exactly, yeah, the whole time
By the way,
was just screaming that
Paco got shot at by 2 guys right there, guys. He got shot at. He got melted. He got shot at by 2 guys. And then to be fair, if Paco jumps out and gets his kill and gets traded by the other dude, I mean, you guys are, it's over. It's over. Look at the tick.
He's gonna win regardless.
Yeah, it's over. Look, it's over.
People confirm. Look at number 5 arrow. He's shooting, so it was a team shot.
No, it was just a miscommunication. I didn't realize they were both on hill because if you watch the whole thing back, I go pillars and get shot from somebody P5 and I get in like a gunfight with them, and then as I like run around and go all the way around, and so I'm thinking that it's like there's 2 on point and 1 in P5, and then we get a kill at L, and I thought that was one of the 2 on hill, and the other kid was like kitchen or P5 or open or some shit. And so when I came out of bed and I was getting the call out chairs, I didn't realize there was 2 in it, or I would have just pre-fired the kid in the corner.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you guys in the fucking chat? He was full health. Guys, it doesn't matter. He got shot at by 2 guys. Or did he get shit on? Did you get shot at, Hydra?
No, he got shot by both guys.
Did you get shit on, or did you get shot at by both guys?
We have no idea, but I got shit on.
Okay, then he got shit on.
You gotta admit it sometimes.
Yeah, I should kill this guy.
Sometimes you get shit on, but you just gotta do more shitting than get shitted on, you know?
Wait, what?
Fair enough. That's not that sort of a saying, but we'll give that to you.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it goes.
You shit more than being shit on, you know? Right? Something like that?
Like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. But you guys, you end up choking that round. I personally think you guys choked that round. I think you guys could have won that round. But you go back into the offense. You guys try and get A right off the rip. You get a couple takes. You start going back to B. Kind of walk me through this round. What was going on?
We dug deep this round, did we not, boys?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, what the heck? Like, no
backup for
class. I was drinking water. It was bad timing. I was drinking water.
Bad timing. It happens, man. Bad timing. But yeah, what the hell? What was going on here? You guys are like stacked up in bed right now. I mean, you guys are kind of pinned, so you just gotta try and work some kills. What's the best way to get out of a spawn trap?
Wait, how do we win this? What the hell?
Because we're actually elite. We dug deep.
Yeah, you guys dug deep.
22 and
watch
there's 30
this,
seconds
full
left.
flash.
And we don't have a
smoke.
Oh.
Damn, good play. The problem was they double pushed to pin you guys in that corner, and you guys pushed bed and singled everybody out, and you got up on that B point. So you guys got
for them.
And then Hydra makes a good play.
Paco here. He was begging. He was like, "Help!
Help me, people! Help me!" Yeah, and I turned. There we go.
Did you guys?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada
we don't
boom.
cap
How
it
you
right here.
doing? Yeah, you don't cap it, but you get a tick. And then I'm pretty sure you guys get on A, don't you? Tyler went huge. He popped a big 3. You end up getting a kill, but you guys end up. There was one guy in A. He was making noise. Oh, he killed you, so that's how you guys know. Big win out of you, Ace.
It was super big to know where that kid was, because we would have just been running up there and gotten pieced by him. So me dying there was actually a good thing.
No, 100%. Ben, it was towards the end of this round where we're seeing some shit plays, weren't we?
Well, you guys clutched a 6-10, so it's coming up here very shortly.
Is that what it was? The life count was 6 to 10?
Yeah.
So right here, you guys decided to go around the back. No, I was going to say, a lot of teams, they like to try and push through laundry. They like to try and go around the back. You guys end up picking up a trade. Trades are going down. Big 2-piece coming out of Mac. Mac, I would like to see you finesse a little bit here. You went a little bit rogue and kind of just like wild child.
Yeah. What do we say, Paco?
Eagle child. Live and die by the eagle child.
We're down 7 to 11.
Yeah. But I think after that, you did a good job getting the 2, and then you probably could have stayed alive, but you went a little rogue. And then what happened here? You guys are trying to play through kitchen, trying to play for this guy bedroom. Mac gets a big win.
2 pillars, but they were.
That was a huge win by Hydra, by the way. That was a beamer. Absolutely,
that was actually insane. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought you guys had this. Once you guys killed this guy bedroom, I thought this was a wrap. Because Paco got back on the point.
That kid, that L timing
kind of trolled.
Dude, this L timing was so bad. Because look, Paco shoots at a kid laundry, and I thought that was the kid closest to L. And when he gives it up, a kid is right behind him, and so I think there can be nobody L that quick. Look, I'm 2, and I just run straight up into my death right there. But the timing was so.
Here's my other issue with this play is I actually think that Hook also doesn't make that good of a play in hindsight. Like he goes to take this other chow in bed. Like if he had dipped out middle. I know it's easy to say this in practice. Like that would have been so big. Instead, he gets blooded, and you guys have all front bed control now.
Nah, he made a great play. I would have went bottom bed too, but like he kind of ran at them. I would have sat in a corner or sat back behind the pillar.
Dude, it's holy crap. How do we win this? Oh, 2-piece. Oh.
And then I'm screaming here 2v1, 2v1.
Yeah, Sam was screaming 2v1 because we just had to do that and then do this.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys definitely dug deep. Yeah, I noticed that in the listening, dude. Asim, you were fucking twisted today. You were off the shits. I noticed that in the listening, I felt like you, Asim, and Clay were like just like very vocal. I definitely feel like you guys are taking turns just trying to like, IGL a little bit, like in-game lead. Obviously, Clay's like the main guy, right? He's always been known as like that guy in game to just kind of bring the energy, bring the hype. Bring the comms, but Asim, I feel like you definitely have you been working on your comms? Because the listenings, you sound a lot better to when, I'm gonna be honest, when I used to play with you, you were always kind of quiet.
Yeah, I mean,
first of all, what are you eating? What you eating over there? Because it sounds like it's hitting.
Fried chicken, Sammy, and some fries.
Are you still doing that thing where you can't eat?
That thing.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. Ramadan. What? I don't do Ramadan.
Oh, why can't I shoot straight? Should have been a tour.
I don't know.
Insight gets that 2-piece.
Damn, Asim, you must be starving.
Thieves had a chance. Yeah. Thieves had a chance to stack here, and they chose not to. They didn't totally burn them, but.
I don't know. Kenny was throwing some shots. I mean, what happened here? Because I heard you and Clay, you and Asim were talking about maybe getting on the rock or something. Like, what were you guys trying to say?
This is when I get obliterated.
Yeah, you guys shit on right here. Yeah.
Okay. To respond to your question,
I also fucked up in this too.
Yeah. I mean, me and you talked about it last night.
Sam, don't explain it.
What?
Don't really explain that.
I'm not explaining the play, bro. I'm not responding to his question.
What? Okay. What is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling too much.
When you're talking about the comms thing, right? Like I know me and you were talking about it last night. Like when you picked me up on FaZe, like I only competed in Call of Duty for 2 months.
Yeah.
Before that, I was playing Fortnite, and I never played Variant before that. So obviously on the FaZe team, like in 2019, I was really inexperienced in terms of everything team dynamic. I didn't know how to small talk. I didn't know how to call out. I didn't know how to read spawns like as properly as I do now.
Yeah.
So I think me being on Minnesota and this year as well, it just really helped me with just being able to speak and like get my thoughts across in the middle of the map.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
This
can
is
tell.
a situation where I
Yeah.
fucked up, by the way.
It's a clear-cut
This is
difference
where
if
we
you
lost.
watch back our listenings from 2019 to now. Like I feel like I've done a lot to help me in stuff in and out of game, not like gun skill wise or anything, like not mechanically wise, but like more stuff like with the team and like team stuff and S&D and comms and spawn callouts and stuff like that. Like I've really
You're a big
tried.
facilitator now.
Yeah,
See,
I've tried to be.
I feel like you guys should have pushed out Kitchen there together and got this guy out of money. But you guys ended up going basketball and L. Do you think that was a good play, what you guys did? Or do you think somebody should have pushed out this kid Kitchen like earlier? No, I'm saying
it's
like
fine.
faster.
It's fine. I got a 2-piece and then I went and got it. It's this moment right here. Pause. If you go back to like right here when I jump out. Yeah, but right before I jump out, pause. So like once we clean up everything and I'm in money. So like right here, we know their only player close enough to touch is this kid in dark corner. They can only come from open, right? So I'm holding the cross from money to make sure that they can't be outer Tiki and outer left. And then I shift to watch the laydown spot, thinking that Mac B-Ball is going to double chow these guys with this guy with me because this is the only way they win, right? And we just didn't coordinate it enough, and I went meathead mode and slid out. And I was trying to go to that rock spot right there, but it was just too late.
So it was just like a miscommunication or something?
Yeah, and like a mistiming of like when we were actually supposed to push.
And
And
guys,
then that gunfight by Venom right there was gigantic.
And guys, real quick, for people in the chat saying bias show, what the fuck do you want us to talk about? We got the full New York squad in the call, guys.
We even got Paco in the building.
We got Paco in the building for you guys, and all you guys keep spamming is biased. Fucking biased with you assholes. Listen, we got the whole New York squad in here.
Tom, it is what it is.
They're never satisfied, and then whenever I see something, I try to do it because I want to, listen to the chat, and then they start complaining about something else. So at the end of the day, guys, we got the whole New York squad in here. Of course, we're gonna talk mostly about New York. We could talk about 100 Thieves a little bit. I'm down to talk about them. How do you think this team is gonna do? Bring it on a hook. I personally think they look great with TJ, and they were starting like that's why I was just It was weird because I personally feel like Hook on Dallas is just better for him, and I personally feel like their old 100 Thieves was better for them. I
think they'll figure it out. They haven't had a lot of practice for this team, Tom.
From your channel.
I want to see how they play next stage. They may have kind of some mixed results here in this stage, but when you get a chance to pick up a player like Kyler, I don't think it's really a question of making that move. So
I agree. Let's go into the listen-in. We got an Astro game listening with the New York subliners. Let's see how they're sounding.
Okay.
One thing back kitchen.
We
He's on him.
it was a great listen.
Dark corner. Got it. 3. Where they spawning?
Laundry
One spawn laundry.
One bed. One spawn bed. Bed one shot. You went open. Oh, two bed. One out deep.
Someone comes back down.
So deep.
Yeah.
Hot tub 1 shot, 2v5. Hot tub 1 shot, 2v5. They're pre-aim in kitchen.
I'm playing the heady.
Okay.
You guys gonna do the credit setup?
I got 2 kitchen. One kitchen, one open.
Yeah,
one kitchen,
one
they're hitting front.
Yeah.
He's on me kitchen. He's looking for me. They're hitting front. 2 hitting front. They're 2 hitting front. They're all gonna come front. Nice. I'm gonna go L.
Open.
I'm gonna go L.
Open kitty.
Yo, Clay, I'm making a play art.
Okay. They're gonna start flipping behind us then, guys.
Yeah.
They're gonna spawn laundry.
Good
Kill you guys,
plays
they're spawning laundry.
here.
Okay.
In new Kenny, 1 shot. One zig, 1 Kenny and new.
Zig that.
Draw back.
He's open.
On the left. Tall rock on the left.
Tall rock in kitchen.
Alright, 2 open, 2 kitchen. Let's go.
Okay.
Me and Sim will go kitchen.
Okay, I'm going pitch bedroom.
Okay. I can wait for Paco. I'm gonna wait for Paco open.
I'm here.
I'm pitching bedroom, guys.
Kenny, 1 shot on the fat rock.
He's watching the pitch.
Okay.
One zig.
He was 1 shot there.
Right corner.
One zig after. One zig after.
You go open. I'm coming kitchen with Sim.
Tall rock and zig.
We gotta stay aligned and wait for each other, man.
He's right side mid. Right side mid. Clay.
On the P.
On the rock, dead.
Close one.
Right side mid.
You working together?
Flash,
On the fat rock, guys. Mid P1.
No trophy.
We can zig. 1 shot and zig. 1 on fat rock.
Mid P1.
I'm looking
One
for
shot,
Zig.
one
I'm looking for
shot.
Zig. I have Zig.
You gotta kill Kenny on fat rock.
One
Close
shot,
to straight.
P1.
Let's break this 30. Come on.
He's still
I'm
on
here.
Zig. Still
I
on
want
Zig.
your Zig. Go. I want your Zig. Go back.
I'm watching pillars. Over creek.
Nice. One more.
One bed. Come pillars with me, Clay. Rush.
Shit on!
I'm going.
They're all spawning bed.
Give me a sec.
White van. White van
good
drive.
Our laundry stairs.
Nice. Only one in the outer. You two, Sam. Go quick. Cut him off. I'll look Zig.
Dude, he's on outer.
What?
Outer.
Black game.
Joe, I really liked a couple moments.
That listening was fantastic.
Phenomenal.
That was a phenomenal listening.
Right?
I mean,
some for everybody.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I just like the small talk out of Hydra for someone who's, you know, the main thing with him was his comms, and this guy's small talking. He's saying what he's doing. He's saying he's pinching. He's calling people out. He's calling out spawns. Like, I mean, stuff like that is like something that was like a big worry. No, I mean, let's just be honest.
He's got better comms than some veterans who've been in the scene for a minute, but go ahead, Clay.
I think my comedic relief wasn't accepted, you know, very, very well. It seemed like everyone was a little shocked.
I wasn't in 1v3 in Kitchen Brother. I would have laughed.
Nobody said anything for fucking 5 seconds.
Yeah. Wait, you're saying when you did the credit setup, you're saying? Yeah, it was very quiet.
They were like, what the fuck?
I saw 3 motherfuckers on my screen. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no,
easy, double chow, easy.
But you guys, you locked down most of this P1. You rotate around. You try and get the spawns for P2. I definitely want to talk about the spawns at the end because I know that was like a big controversial thing where everybody's talking about the spawns. Where you guys kind of like flipped out on that P5. Everybody's like, they got blessed.
We got blessed, bro. We got blessed, bro.
Yeah. Apparently,
to make some big plays.
Apparently, people need a little bit of spawn knowledge, and that's what we're here for on the flank. To try and show you guys what's going on. But
I'm a little surprised, Tom, because that situation's happened a couple of times in matches, and we've talked about it on this show, but we'll talk about it when we get there.
It is what it is. People in the chat just don't, or not in the chat, people on like social media and stuff. I know a lot of you guys are in the show, but a lot of you guys need to get sent to detention. You guys just don't pay attention in class. That's it. That's just what it comes down to. So make sure we're focused up, or I'm sending you to detention. Okay.
I mean, I love my man Joe, but I think wasn't he a big part of why like everyone was saying it, because he like kept emphasizing that.
And Clint.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like it's all equally on the fans and I feel like on the casters too.
I'm glad
I didn't watch it, but
I'm glad Kenny said something in the tweets.
Yeah, me too.
Like, he knew that somebody flipped out, because you can read that.
Oh yeah. He replied saying that the team was aware. So I mean, that's not a bust. Yeah, they knew.
Oh, the P3 hole to basically win.
That was, I got horked on 2 lives in a row right there to get broken.
Yeah, clean break right there from 100 Thieves. I mean, they set it up perfectly. They pinched from both sides. They got the kills. And
I got horked on 2 lives in a row to get broken. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Clay says himself.
Dude, look, what team rotating at 35 seconds, bro? Sheesh. We're just different.
I mean, yeah, you guys are disciplined. I feel like that's why you guys are really good at hardpoint.
Trust in the system, brother.
Yeah. It's like the main thing I say a lot when we're watching other teams just kind of fall apart in hardpoint. They're just not disciplined. Like they're hitting shit they shouldn't be hitting. They're solo challenging. Like their setups are poor. So I mean, you guys are just do a good job. I mean, like we said before, you guys are 9-0. You guys are 9-0 in what, the last 9 hardpoints it is? Against the top 3 teams. Yeah, against like some really fucking good teams. So this is definitely not easy what you guys are doing. And you guys are making it look easy. This basketball hill is brutal, man.
Blow this.
Yeah, but ASIM goes huge.
Yeah. Bro, I'm like, help me. I look at my minimap and I see somebody still up the stairs. I'm like, yo, they're both one shot.
Yeah, and then ASIM comes down. He cleans up everybody. The 3rd kill was big, ASIM, like, because this guy could have got a kill in finesse, but you went big.
Yeah.
You pick up a 3-piece. Then you pick up the Krig. We were just talking about this, ASIM. You pick up Krigs.
Oh, frying.
You pick up a Krig, straight beaming.
I'm on a 4. I'm on a 5.
Yeah, and then you went crazy, though. You went a little rogue.
That's a little bit of a rogue show.
No, that was a vet play out of Kenny. I was not expecting someone to go top that.
Now, ASIM, this is where I was like, so ASIM, when you were pushing around the left here, so you're number 1 and you were going pull stairs, with 15 seconds left on the clock, I want to see you go through. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Hit a little
just try
longer.
that and they were ready for it?
Yeah, that too.
That's
first
fine.
Rotation.
That was the first rotation.
Yeah,
but that was a way different situation though. Like that's situational because you spawned back and you took that route left and you still had 15 seconds left to make a deep route. You know what I'm saying? And even if they are watching it, shit on them. If he's watching it, throw a shimmy and shit on him, and then
the
whole thing's
when
wide
I
open.
spawn. Look at the minimap when Paco spawns. If you can't figure it out, you guys shouldn't have an opinion on spawns.
Figure it out, have a good day.
Have a good day.
Hit him with it, Paco. Hit him with
Bang.
Yeah, I agree, Maddie. We got scraps in the chat. I agree, Maddie. I agree with you, big guy.
I mean, I think a lot of this is also they haven't had a lot of time with Kyler. Normally, Kyler probably should be backed up a little bit more there to sort of influence
and
the
Venom
situation
done a better job at water stairs.
Yeah.
We also got blessed, you know.
Basically, guys, if you guys don't know, but they had nobody blocking, man. Everybody's pushed up and they got flip spawns. ASIM's, dude, you guys are all going crazy. Clay, what are you saying right now?
ASIM claps. Clay, I don't know.
I don't know what I'm saying. Some string of words. Some string of words.
Who do you guys play next?
Oh, that's 3.
One's first seed, maybe I'm screaming. Who do we play next?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Oh, you guys don't know yet? Okay.
We don't know yet.
You're gonna play the Dallas you'd play the Dallas or Minnesota, and then or the winner of the second seed in, or it's the other way around. I'm sorry. You'd be the second seed in the other group, and then the third seed from your group would be the match for 4. Correct?
Wait, sorry. Can you say that again?
So on your side of winners bracket, it would be the team from the second in the other group and third from your group. Correct?
Correct.
Bro, so you're taking deep breaths and shit. Like you just went through battle, bro.
Bro, it was a grueler. I went through battle.
You just went through a fucking battle.
we dug deep for those last 3 maps. Not kidding.
Wait, where's Coach Bobble?
I don't know.
I know he scammed. He said he was coming on.
No way, Coach Bobble scammed.
Paco.
Wait, hold on. I want to expose someone in chat, and I poked this Asim, but now he doesn't set it in chat. Adam AC in the chat after we watched that second map said, "quote Asim do be looking a little thick." Asim, what are your thoughts on that quote?
What the fuck?
The gym has been closed since March of 2020. I have not exercised at all. I'm getting a little hefty. I'll be honest.
Damn, brother, it's okay.
But just know, once the gym opens back up, I'll be back on my bullshit.
Love that.
I like that, Asim. I like that, bro. Facts, bro. COD is life, man.
Yeah.
COD is, I mean, I remember when I was competing, I just never wanted to do anything. Now I'm not competing and I still don't do anything. So I probably should start going to the gym or something. But you know, I'm a grinder, Asim. You know what I'm saying? I just like to play games and shit. Just grind. But I probably should start going. We probably all should start going. We're all gonna start going. Let's all sign up. We all live. Oh well, Asim, you don't. That kind of sucks.
Don't worry. Things are happening. Also, Scrap said something in the chat. I want you guys' opinion because I know this has been a conversation for like all of COD, but like, is it true that the fatter you get, the better you get at Call of Duty?
Nah, that's fucking fugazi. That's what fucking Crimp6 always says.
Yeah, no, but like I hear a lot of pros talk about this conversation. Like look at Fat Slasher. He was a fucking wandon.
I mean, Fathom was a beast, you know.
Wait, Fathom who?
Fat Adam, you know.
Who's that?
Like Adam Assault?
Yeah.
Oh, Assault?
No. Wait, Adam Assault at Champs was hella skinny, and he got MVP.
Exactly. So that whole fucking thing is
That's
chalk.
one example. That's one example.
I'm the heaviest I've ever been right now, and I'm playing pretty good. So.
Exactly. That's one. And then on number 2, Slasher in Black Ops 3 on Envy, he was so fat and he was disgusting. That's another example, right?
Skinny. But what about Skinny Formal? Skinny Formal hit different, bro.
Listen, as a skinny fucker now. Listen up.
Let me get your
opinion. Listen, I just got back, but I'm assuming the conversation is if you're better skinny or fat.
Yeah. That's the conversation.
Listen, I'm better skinny, and it's not even remotely close. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. No, because you wake up, you're fat, you're groggy, you feel gross, your energy levels are low. You order a McDonald's. It's not good, man. You play good, you feel good, you look good.
True.
But there's examples of fat players in the past that
listen, man.
when they're fat.
Listen, bro.
Scrap said he was way better when he was fat. I agree. In Black Ops 3, Matty was pretty chunky.
Want me to break it down?
It's a cop-out. For example, Scump swears he can't shoot straight when he's lifting. It's the most fugazi shit.
Wait, what?
Basically, in my opinion...
And he can't have any mayo. No mayo.
Yeah, listen,
he doesn't like mayo before matches.
I think people get scarred by certain occurrences, and it just so happens they're either fat or skinny or lifting or whatever.
Example.
Okay, what?
Black Ops 4, fat Dylan Cod. That kid was different. Now he's hella skinny. I'm telling you, bro.
No, hold on.
Okay, we should get out of this conversation.
Yeah,
everybody should be healthy.
This is not a shot at anyone, bro. When you're fat, you're disgusting. It's proven.
We're saying you shouldn't be healthy if you want to be good at pro COD. Like, what are you saying?
Hold on, guys, can I be honest? Can I be honest though? What the fuck are we talking about here? If he's fat or skinny, well, you know what I'm saying?
There is the demon build though.
Nah,
Paco has the demon build.
What the fuck is the demon build?
The demon build is short and skinny. You got the Simp, you got the BZ.
Yes, you got the Paco.
You got Paco.
I can't think of many.
Paco's tall as fuck.
Attach an AW.
Oh.
Paco?
Attach an AW. What do you?
I've never seen
Paco.
Wait, bro, Paco's tall.
He's the same weight.
Okay.
Paco, how tall are you?
I don't know. It's not the same in France.
What is it in France?
We say 1.80 m.
What the fuck?
I got Google. 1 moment.
1 meter 80.
1 meter.
Paco is my height. Paco's my height. He's like 5'11".
He's 5'9". 1.8 meters is 5'9".
No. He's taller than that, Zin.
Oh, they're saying 5'11" in the chat.
What are you, smarter than Google? It says 5'9".
Zin, I met the fucking guy. I gave him a handshake.
I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you what Google's telling me. He's saying 1.8. 1.8 is 5'9".
Okay.
I might have to go what's in here. I mean, you can't.
All right, go ahead. I guess he's fine. Maybe he had crazy shoes on that day. I don't know.
All right, we'll let you guys get into your next match. Tommy, Ben, thanks for having us on.
You guys just finished that series?
Yeah, we were yapping.
It was a long one.
We were yapping for sure.
I went for a walk. I enjoyed some air. I came back. I was like, listen, I'm gonna hop in for the last series, maybe predictions. And I come back, and you're not even on the third series yet.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
As we leave, Paco, can we get a have a good day?
Okay. Have a good day.
Yeah! Have a good day.
Paco, it's always good to hear from Paco.
Have a good day. Have a good fucking day.
All right, have a good night, everyone.
Hey, good night, Mac. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for coming on. Have a good day.
User
Call out Lenny? Why?
Thank you guys for coming.
You guys talking about me?
No, what do you mean talking about you? What are you saying?
I don't know. Someone said call out Lenny.
Let's talk about this series though.
Hey, let's talk about it. Zin, you want to stay with us and talk about this last series? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I'll dabble.
No, right? Let's dabble around.
So map 1 had an interesting development. The LAG facility lost power, which is extremely unfortunate. So there's a little bit of delay starting up this first map. I forget who actually wins this map 1. Was this Florida won this map? Was it
No, it was didn't LAG. I don't fucking remember. Too much COD today. Guys, it's already 9 p.m. This is one of the latest shows we've had. A lot of fucking matches today. But Florida won this map.
Yeah,
Can I start by stating my opinion on Los Angeles Guerrillas?
Yeah.
I think the squad has a lot of pressure to win both search and destroys in every single series.
Yep.
Looking at the way the roster is set up, I find it difficult for them to consistently win multiple respawns in every single series. And that's why I think they've been good at search. But I think if they win one search and lose the other, I'm worried about their overall performance.
Well, I think the other big issue on that front, Zen, I'll pause so we can do this.
Somebody said it was only 3 matches. That's like 13. It was like 13 or 14 maps, guys. That's a lot of COD. When when you sit down and watch COD from start to finish, sometimes it feels like a blur. Like you don't remember things. Like even watching some of this stuff back, until you watch it back and actually see it for yourself, it's kind of difficult to remember things. Bro, today was a long day, a long fucking day. But what were you gonna say, Ben?
Now that Tom derailed me, Zen, I think the big problem is, and we saw in this series, is when you take LAG off of raid control, then it forces them to have to do well on the hard points because their record on maps that are not raid control are not very good. And teams were kind of gifting them that third map, and they were giving them one of their respawns. So that's what they need to get a little bit better at, I think, in control. I thought they played good in hardpoint in this series, and like map 1 obviously was tough. The situation with the reset, I'm sure they were a little kind of upset this first map and probably need a little bit to get centered. But they played well in Garrison.
First map, they were set up to have a full 60 on P2 and take a pretty hefty lead. But my overall worry is I think Silly is a better AR consistently on a consistent level than he is a sub. And I think Silly's a solid COD player even with a sub. I know that we've had our Twitter beef and fucking around, but I think Justin's a solid Call of Duty player. I don't think Apathy is necessarily the most consistent SMG, so I worry about the SMG consistency from both of them simultaneously. And then Assault and Sheen, I think Assault's been playing well. I'm pretty sure we were talking about earlier. I think he's like top 10, top 8 in KD in this stage.
Stage 3,
so he's picked it up, and then Sheen. I mean, I've been pleasantly surprised by Sheen. I mean, I've always thought Sheen was good, but I feel like he was joining a team that maybe wasn't the best fit for him, right? Like I kind of just feel like I was confused when they put Sheen in after removing Vivid, because it's obviously a big shakeup. But I don't know. I think overall they've looked better than prior with Reese at times. At the same time, I feel like they have a lot of pressure to win searches.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
But here's like my issue with it is like I actually agree. Like I've been surprised by Sheen. It seems to be a good ad, and I'm Assault has really stepped up. But this is what we were very concerned about with this team when they dropped Reese, which is they didn't have consistent performances from Silly and Apathy before, and that hasn't changed now. So either those players need to kind of figure out their chemistry with the rest of the team and try and get some more consistent performances, or they're going to have series like this where you highlighted when you're that inconsistent in slaying, it's going to be hard to take 2 respawns. Then you're going to be put in a position where you need to take 2 searches and 1 respawn to win a series.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you for sure. I think the sub pressure is just I think when you look at LAG's roster on paper, I mean, that you look at the subs. I don't think they're bad players. It's just one thing to think about is they have Vivid on the sideline still, right? And I don't really know what happened with Reese and kind of why he's still on the bench or kind of what's going on, especially since he was like one of their better players, especially on in the stats. I mean, he was like wasn't he first place in like kills per respawn and hardpoint?
Yeah,
which is like
I agreed with you until I watched him play without him. So I think Reese is a very good player. I think him playing at that pace, whether he's getting kills or not, can make the game difficult because there was obviously a big disparity between his speed and the rest of the team's speed. So the reason Cheen, I think, has worked so far, or at least they've looked a little more on page and well-rounded, is because you basically had some slow players and a super quick player. Then you add like a slower player, and it's better to have an overall collective slower team than an off-balance team, right? Like one that like super quick and super slow. So I think I didn't.
But why wouldn't you go to routes in? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, why not go to route though of just keeping Vivid and making the team faster and just picking up players to keep up with Vivid and just kind of play around him.
I mean, listen,
especially him being the star player.
Listen, we can't.
That's a feature of the franchise too. I mean, say from my POV.
We also can't air dirty laundry, right? Like I think as a player, I know more than the public would know. It's like there are behind the scenes things that happen, and we're not going to go into them, but it's not always gameplay, right? Like it's not always how someone's performing, and I think we'll leave it at that.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like with you, Zin, that sounds fugazi to me. That sounds like a whole pile of fucking fugazi. What could have possibly happened? What, did somebody smash somebody's girl or something? What the fuck's going on?
I mean, listen.
You know what I'm saying, Ben? What the fuck happened?
I'm not coming out and telling you what I've heard.
Of course, because it's not. Yeah, because it's not your place.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like if for instance, if there was like an argument or something, like come on, let's be adults, let's sit down and talk it out like human beings. Like if they're dropping somebody because of like an altercation or something happened, which I'm guessing is what happened, unless there was some other crazy shit that I just like don't know about, then I think that's fugazi.
Let's dissect what Bevel said in that video real quick. He said, we gave Reese the option of being on this team, and then we mutually agreed maybe we shouldn't do that. So Reese also played a part in him not playing. And that's, I guess, as far as we'll go. Like, just based off what the coaches said in that video, he had a say in whether he wanted to play or not.
That doesn't sound fugazi. To use in, like, that doesn't sound fucking weird.
I mean, listen, whatever happened, that's what it is. Vivid isn't playing. Cheen has surprised me.
Yeah, Cheen's been looking great. I mean, Cheen's been doing his thing. Cheen's definitely been doing his thing. The only problem with me is, like, I just look at Cheen and Assault as, like, both just, like, main AR type players. Like,
I agree with you.
I personally like Cheen on the main AR, and I think he's very good.
Better right now. You can kind of get away with that.
I agree. I think we'll have serious problems if it changes.
True,
but players will figure it out.
But, I mean... I agree. I mean, you heard Clay talking about it, right? They've been watching Insight a lot. Just as they are players, you just gotta let the game come to you. So it definitely works. It definitely works. But I agree with what you guys were saying prior. I mean, if the ARs are gonna be doing this and the subs kind of have to pick up the pace, and that's the only reason why I brought up Vivid is because they still have him on the bench and he was a good player. And if there was something with the pacing, then I would guess that they would try and help the pacing. I would guess that they would try to keep the pace quick and try and help the team play faster. But like Zinni said, guys, I mean, it's better to have a team that's either really quick or really slow than to have a team that's just like dysfunctional and like there's some fast and some slow. You know what I'm saying, Zin? Kind of what you were saying.
Can we switch
I agree with you. Yeah. Let's talk about the map.
We watch Havoc get this pretty sick ace here.
Yeah, great plays out of Colt. Great plays out of Havoc here. He finds himself. My bad. I was just gonna for people listening on audio. I was just gonna say that Havoc, he made a play. He rushed up that ace out of the map on Express S&D. He got himself in a nice credit corner, picks up a big 2-piece, hits their spawn, ends up getting an ace. Well, he gets 3. He could have got the 4th, but I think he got some help from a teammate. But just good plays by Havoc, and Havoc came into this Florida team and he's been making some noise. And I like the energy that he's been bringing to this Florida team. But go ahead, Ben. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was about to say, like, this is probably the best COD we've seen from Florida, like the last 2 weeks. The only real dud they have is against the Paris the Paris team, but they play really well against Rocker. They play really well against Dallas and 3-0'd, and I thought they grinded out this series pretty well, considering it was a little bit of a marathon. I kind of like the position of Florida right now, going into winners with some momentum. We might finally see the Florida team that we've been waiting for. Nice top 4, top 6 placement out of them. I think they're one to watch, certainly on my radar. Going into next week.
Yeah, no, for sure. They definitely picked up the pace. I think that maybe the Paris series like opened up their eyes a little bit, but I also think Paris played well in that series, which is what I was saying in the beginning of the show, which is why I don't understand why people were saying I was being biased or flip-flopping or stuff like that. I said that Paris doesn't look good, but they just came off a win against Florida, who's a very good team, and it came out today against the best team in the game, Toronto, and kept the maps really close. So that's all I was saying. Like, individually, they're all talented, and I don't think they're as bad as people are making it seem. That's all I was trying to say about Paris. So I wanted to give credit to that win, but I think it opened up Florida's eyes a little bit. They lost that series, and I think the main thing that I've noticed with this Florida team is Neptune. Bro, this guy's he's looking good now. He's always looked good in terms of talent, but he wasn't really showing the consistency in the scoreboard. And now I feel like he's coming out to play every single day. This guy's frying.
Agreed, Tom. I think he's starting to get more comfortable. I would like to see him like slow his game down a little bit sometimes. Sometimes he's just kind of running around. He's not letting the game come to him. But I feel like with each and every series, he's starting to kind of understand the game more. And the guy's got tremendous skill and playmaking abilities, so I love to watch.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So people are saying, ask Denny about his Havoc opinion now. And you guys are sitting here gassing Florida. And obviously they have potential, but I don't think watching them beat LAG last map is enough for me to be like, holy fuck, Florida's looking good. I also don't think Havoc playing well in this one series is like, holy shit, Havoc is frying. I think Florida still looks the same. They don't look that great, and that's what I think.
Yeah, but think about the team they may play on the other side, right? They're going to probably play either Thieves, who obviously are a new team, so we really know much, and FaZe, who have looked
I mean, they beat Dallas
stage,
too, Zen.
They've been kind of back and
Dallas
forth
looks
too.
horrendous.
They do look horrendous. I mean, let's just say how it is. I mean, I was just saying this to Ben. There's a lot of teams who look horrendous. There's a lot of teams that look that do not look like they're playing to their full potential right now.
My top 3 right now: Toronto, FaZe, New York. I think pretty much everybody would agree that those are the top 3 teams in the game right now.
I agree. I think those are top 3.
And then I think literally 4 through 12, you put them all against each other. I'm not sure who's winning the series.
It's impossible to predict some of those matchups, trust me.
And that's the thing. The predictions have been impossible. Impossible.
It's been really bad this year.
I just feel like every day every time I watch a team, they just seem like a different team, whether it's for the better or for the worse. And it's just like, I don't know. And I guess there's a lot of arguments to that. Like, I'm sure Zinni and Austin will say that has a lot to do with online.
I'll be right back.
All right. I think a lot of people will have to say, online, maybe. But maybe it's the game. I really don't know what it is. But then you also see teams at the top that are just consistently, like Toronto, FaZe, and New York, that are just, they definitely found their rhythm and found some form. So, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you what, a lot of these teams who don't look good definitely have the tools to be good. There's a lot of talent on a lot of these teams, like Optic and Florida. And, a lot of these teams have, nothing but talent from top to bottom. You understand, Ben?
But I feel you. I want to talk about this round, Tom.
Yeah.
Because I want to play out. We're going to play out all these rounds because it's got kind of an S&D. You and I were watching this together. And we were so confused about how Florida played this situation, right? So they actually hit middle to hit B. So it's a bit of a weird one. They get a pick. And then, Tom, watch what Neptune does in this situation. For like a good 20
So Neptune's
seconds.
number 8. He's the one with the bomb. He's sitting mid-map. He's playing a little creddy corner. Got a minute left on the clock. And they do get a blood. So it is a 4v3 situation in favor of the Florida Mutineers. So let's see what he decides to do here.
They're basically showing no presence to A. I just felt like this is a weird situation. Like, why not, if you have the trades, like just bang out A and just get the bomb down?
It was interesting. I'm not sure. I think maybe not showing A or B, they were trying to get them on their toes, and they did. They did get LAG on their toes a little bit, but they got the blood, Ben, and I agree with you. I think at that point, when you get the first blood, you have to try and make a play towards a site and just kind of use your numbers. I think making a play towards that A bomb site would have been the best thing to do, especially after getting the blood. So you would have liked to see maybe Florida make a play or do something there. So they end up losing this round, correct, Ben, or do they clutch this up?
Well, Big Weight gets killed here.
Yeah, and then Assault just slow plays this and kills Havoc. So just fast forward it. The next round, Neptune went massive, I believe. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure he popped a crazy 2 or 3 piece over by that B side. Ben, I feel like on Express S&D, we see teams banging out that B side a lot. Or they're just slow playing it. We see it both. I actually really I really enjoy watching Express S&D. I really do, Ben. I think this is a great map. I think this is great to add into the rotation. We licked walls. Look who it is. We got Caesar Skies in the chat. How you doing, Skies? Actually, now that Skies is in the chat, and now that you hear me, a lot of people actually want to learn more about this Florida team. I was reading a little bit on Reddit, and I see some things on Twitter sometimes. And a lot of things that I see people saying is, they want to hear a little bit more from these Florida guys, because you guys seem like you have a good, a great team with a lot of personalities. And I think people want to just get to know you guys a little bit more. So, Skies, if you or any of the guys ever want to come on the show and just kind of vibe out, I mean, guys, this show is very laid back. I mean, you guys could just come on, just have a good time. It's not like anything very formal, like suit and tie. We're not going to put you under pressure and ask you crazy questions. We're just going to talk about the matches and just have a good time. So, Skies and anybody else over at Florida, if you guys ever want to come on, you bang my line. All right, you hit me up. But I'll definitely reach out to you guys and try and get you on. Unless you guys want to come on right now, then I'm down. A lot of people are saying Clayster tweet.
Wait, read that tweet right now. It's actually crazy.
We'll talk about that after this series.
Okay,
I want to do it for when we talk about predictions.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
This was a crazy situation, Tom. Like, just absolutely both teams just banging out B. Dilly and Neptune both laying down next to each other, and LAG kind of get the better of this situation here. And I thought that Awakening had actually a decent chance to clutch this. We were watching this with someone who made a good point that he almost got stuck on the train, obviously that glitch spot, but this is also a weird spot too. Like in this spot too, I don't know if they saw him cross. You watched Sheen like pick up the flank at one point. Like they have no idea that he got in the ticket here. And he had a chance to potentially make a play, and then they end up actually making a 400 IQ play, LAG, and they sort of rotate, get the bomb down A, and they end up winning the round.
Yeah, no, it was a good heads-up play. I mean, they just realized, right? You could see that they're pondering when they're sitting in that corner. They're thinking, and they're wondering what to do in this 2v1 situation. There's 40 seconds left in the clock. And the problem with planting on the B-bomb site is just you don't know where Awakening's coming from. He can come from either catwalk, he can come from mid, he can hit a long route and hit down those tunnels. So they just have so much to watch, where if they get pinged off the bomb and they get down to a 1v1 situation, it's just a bad look. So they end up rotating that bomb. They're very quick with their decision making, which is what I love to see out of LAG. They get that A bomb down, and at that point it's easy sailing. With 30 seconds left on the clock, they play their corners, they bump their headsets, bada bing, bada boom, they're good to go. End up winning the search, tie the series up at 1, and we go into the control, Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to skip to the third round of control because the first 2 rounds are just it's Garrison, and the defenses kind of take care of business on the first 2 rounds.
That's fine. I mean, even to say before, right, when people were saying we didn't talk about the first match much, I mean, I'm sure there's little things, guys, that we could have talked about, but we do talk about the maps a lot, like on the show. Yeah. And I knew with the whole New York team coming on board that we were gonna have them in for a minute, and they were here for a long time. We were on that Nukesters.
We talked about the plays.
No, I'm saying in the beginning about the first series, we didn't really talk much about the series itself.
I mean, it was a beatdown, guys. It's not really.
No, it wasn't that much of a. It wasn't that much of a beatdown. I'm sure there was a couple things we could have went back and broke down, but sometimes we don't just want to hang on to a series.
You're being polite about it. It was a pretty standard 3-0 as far as those go, but okay.
I mean, the maps are kind of close, but whatever. Back to the control. I actually really like that spot by Chino on this on this A site. So basically, guys, you could play a spot on that A site. It's Garrison control, and he plays. There's like a spot on the site where you're basically not on the point, but you are. And the other team just thinks that you're not on the point, so they don't look in that direction. But the minute they jump on the point, Chino was able to pick up a big 2-piece. So it's a good heads-up play out of Chino. But what's up, Ben? What did you want to talk about?
I just want to kind of let this round play out, and then we'll get to it. It's sort of the situation here.
Yeah, the typical Garrison control, guys, right? On offense, the teams are always playing for that B. They'll try and force A off the rip sometimes, but for the most part, it usually gets shut down, and then they end up working towards that B site. So that's what they did. Florida, they end up capping the B site. They get some extra time. Neptune goes massive. He goes absolutely massive. He's in bricks. He's making plays. And that's what you want to do on Garrison, guys. On Garrison control, if you're trying to get that A site, you have to be annoying on the spawn kills. You have to be annoying in bricks. That's what the sub players have to do. They have to get aggressive. They have to get in your face. And they have to be a nuisance. It just allows your AR players to get on that point, get set up, and it just makes the game easier. So great job out of Neptune to just make things mixy. Be annoying on the map, and that's why I love watching this kid play, Ben.
Well, something about Neptune, as a few of us players talked about it earlier, it seems like he always has a slow start, like in every single respawn. Like he's starting off 1-7, 2-8, or whatever it may be, and then he finally starts kicking up, and that's when his team starts stringing some time together and gets back into the game. So it's like, if he can start off maps stronger, I think Florida will look a lot more well-rounded going forward.
Yep, and I see.
And Silly,
yeah, I was just saying.
Yeah, so they made a good point. I skipped over that round just because we're in the essence of time here. They're on their first offense. They actually got an ACAP right off the bat, and they just were unable to get a good set.
Which happens sometimes. I mean, the problem is, too, is when you get pinned back in that spawn trap and you can't get out of it, sometimes it's just very difficult. I mean, you could slow play it and try and get kills, but especially in control where every second matters. I mean, when that time starts ticking down, you start losing time to just set up some pushes, right? Like there's 30-40 seconds left. You got time for 1, maybe 2 pushes at that point. So it gets very difficult. That's why controls are just so defensive heavy, and people got to start playing for stacks more, which we have seen, Ben. We've talked about that a lot, how teams don't stack points. But they definitely have been stacking recently. So I think pro teams are definitely getting a lot better at that. We actually have a listen in here. So let's go into an Astro game listen in with Los Angeles Guerrillas and see how they're sounding.
Yeah, one tank. I
got him. I got my Wake's still on me in the right. He has me one shot.
Make sure they don't spawn there. We should be good. Yeah, they should spawn in the back.
L Caesar back up.
Dead. Nice.
I'm bricks.
At you.
I'm waiting for
right. There should be
L. He's going green. R-twin green, guys. I'm going firm.
Watch out, B search.
At you. I don't see the green guy.
It's in B search.
He pushed up green probably. It's gotta be green. I'm still P4 mid tank. Got you. He got me. I got him. I think it's bricks. I think it's bricks. Put them out. Nice job. On the back. I get time. Hold bricks. I'm holding the back. I'm trying to back. One going back bricks on you. One guy's back L.
Go hurt.
That's out.
Back me.
Back yes. I'm peeking. I'm holding my back break. He's just really weak in the back left.
Trying to block van.
Go back left. I'm still in mid. Yeah, he pushed him mid.
Back
He's fork, 2 fork. There's cutting mid. One more fork on you.
Back mid.
Back mid and back L. Stay alive, Justin.
He's close right, challenging you. He's on Xbox.
Close right. No trophy.
Absolute. Another one Xbox.
Starking green. I'm one shot chain. When you guys get green, I'll
I've got green. Pull in net.
I have all of it. I'm top green. I'm playing for kill. They're square on me. Heavy square on me.
My L's open, Sheen.
How are you?
Back L, net hurt.
I can get a kill for you guys.
I think you're top green.
One's green on me. 1 or 2.
I see
one more. X.
I got you.
X.
Wait, one more.
X, back L. They're so small there. Get green.
I have green.
Wake up.
Flash it.
They're gonna go mid. I died at back L. Shouldering. One inside of L. You guys
should be green on me.
One shot.
Watch
your green, Sheen.
You have mid, right?
Yeah, mid right now.
Green on me, 2 of them. I got one.
One more green. Wait, BSND and force.
Drop me down mid.
Cat. Wake is top cat out of it. Nice job. I'll take on you.
Tell me. I got one shot.
I think it's time there. They're gonna spawn there.
Comms on.
I mean,
great comms.
Those are fantastic.
Fantastic comms. Great, and those are comms I love listening to. I mean, I know Silly's in the chat, and I know some of the LAG guys are probably watching, but those are great comms. A lot of small talking, a lot of energy. It's just they working off each other really, really well. So just shout out to Los Angeles Guerrillas, and they're able to push this to a game number 5, Ben.
Yeah, I think LAG get this last like 20 or 30 seconds, and then they just kind of stay ahead of the game here. We've talked about this a lot.
Now, can I talk about something on this P2?
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing I really noticed, guys, about Garrison Hardpoint is P2. A lot of teams I've noticed that they're holding the hill from the front now. They're just coming in through the front. They're getting the kills. They're keeping those front spawns for that P3 hill, and they're just kind of pinning teams into bricks. Where a lot of the times teams are trying to rotate to P2, right? Get those back spawns, get those brick spawns, and try and set up, which is great and everything. And the other team has to work a break. But if you can get yourself in a situation where you get the kills and you could spawn them in the back and just kind of just keep them pinned back there, it's just a great way to set up a hill chain. You get most of the time on P2, and then even if they do come in and break it at the last 15-20 seconds, you hold spawns for P3, and then that's where you find yourself building a very good lead. I see Toronto doing it a lot, where they just kind of hold that P2 front, hill from the front. It's a good play, Ben. It really is.
Yeah, I think the change in the hill kind of helps in that situation, and to that greater point, it makes this P2 to P3 and then sometimes P1 chain, and then you can even change to P5. Like, I think that's why we've seen a lot of runs now on Garrison, because you can get ahead of the game, especially on P3 from P2 if you're holding it from the front.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then they find themselves again, look at after that P3 hill, Los Angeles Guerrillas, they're easy sailing, man. They're up by
basically over.
Yeah, it's basically over. They're up by so many points. All they need to do is just make the map scrappy at this point, and they get some another good hold, and it's basically over. We go to a game number 5. Good plays out of Los Angeles Guerrillas, and I know Zinni mentioned it a little bit, but that he feels like this team is focusing too much on S&Ds, or he feels like, how did he word it? He felt like this team has to win their S&Ds, or they're not going to win the series. But they came out and they won a hard point, Ben. They won a respawn. So good play out of Los Angeles Guerrillas to take this to a game number 5, and then we go into a Moscow S&D for game 5, Ben.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip to the 5th round, guys. Let me get to it real quick.
Back and forth, right? Couple rounds go to each team. We go to a 2-2 round. It's 2-2. We go into a 5th round. Los Angeles Guerrillas are on the offensive side. They try to make a play towards that B site. They end up getting shut down. 2 of them go down. Florida makes it a 4v2 situation. Apathy is able to pick up 1 and make it a 2v3. At this point, with a minute left on the clock, if you're at Los Angeles Guerrillas, right, you're down a player, just need to make sure you're working off each other. Or you could just make a play, right? If you're down a man and you're running out of time, you kind of get the green light.
This, Tom. They get some insane timing in a situation. Like, this just gets really mixy with all the rotates going on here.
They decide to go all the way around. Apathy, he ends up... It was crazy timings. You're right. It was definitely a crazy timing. But I think the main thing with Florida is they just didn't want anything crazy to happen where they got shot in the back or, some fugaze happened. But they end up giving the whole A bomb site up, which is like a little weird to me. Like, it was a little weird that they gave it up. And again, LA Guerrillas, they're waiting so long to plant. Like, it's definitely, I definitely don't agree waiting this long, but I don't know what Florida's doing. Like, why just give them the site?
I think they were so worried about someone like on street.
Yeah, but the problem is there's 15 seconds. There's 15 seconds left. So like,
well, Skies was all the way in police, so he's got like no eyes and them crossing through middle. So there's a whole section of the map that they don't like, is a total unknown to them. And that's sort of the thought process there.
But they end up making a good play and just using their numbers and pushing them. Now listen, what they did was a great play. They ended up pushing together, pushing out the side together, and they just worked the break. So I don't mind it at all. It just gets a little nerve-wracking when the other team gets the bomb down, because all they could do is hide. They could pick up a kill or two, try and finesse the time. Like, it just gets real mixy. So I don't know. The play was a little scary, but they end up doing a good job using their teamwork and pushing out that site. So I definitely didn't mind it. But then Florida, they're on the offensive round. They end up throwing some stuff over towards that A bomb site. We see a lot of people trying to break ankles on Moscow Ben, where they try to make noise at one site. They try to go through mid-map. Big win out of Awakening right there. But basically, it's a mind games, guys. A lot of these pro teams, there's a lot of basic setups that people like to break down, but for the most part, they're trying to, on the offensive side, you want to try and break some ankles and try and juke people out. Maybe try and get people to think you're going to the A bomb site, rotate it over to the B bomb site, especially with mid-map. You can get to one site to the other, Ben, in seconds. It doesn't take that long if you hit it quick.
Yeah, agreed. And I wanted to watch this round because... Florida do a good job working and getting the bomb plan, but they almost tossed this, Tom. Gene almost clutches in a pretty insane 1v3 here because they basically just give him some single chows. First Neptune goes, then Havoc goes, and Sheen's weak, and he, in another world, he may, if he had pre-fired that or gotten better timing, he would have clutched that 1v3.
Yeah. And again, I want to, listen, I want to say something to somebody in the chat because you're an absolute dickhead. He comes into the chat, and he says, "My God, Zoomaa and Ben are so boring," in all caps. He spams in the chat. First of all, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
First of all, go fuck yourself. Go suck a fucking dick. All right. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
You know what, Tom? $50. I want a selfie with his Twitch username on it. Sent to me. $50. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. You name it, I'll pay
First of all, with all due respect, that guy could go fuck himself. That guy could go fuck himself.
Look like.
No, they didn't say anything about our looks. They just said that we're boring.
I don't give a fuck. Exactly. Go fuck yourself, spreading hate. I want to see what you look like. Then I'll give you my opinion on you.
And I want to make it very clear, guys. We love having guests on the show, and we love keeping things hectic. But at the same time, we also have audio listeners and people who just like to learn about the game. So sometimes I think it's good for me and Ben to break down some maps. You get a little bit of both. You get a little bit of the hecticness of fans or people, pros coming in, having a good time, a lot of laughs, and then you also get a little bit of just us talk, me and Ben, and occasionally Zinni and other people who want to join in, just breaking down some of these maps. So with all due respect, if you don't like what you're watching, then hold my balls and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, all right. Hold them. They're fucking warm.
Fucking hold them. Hold that shit. A firm grip.
I've held them.
Zin, come on, what the sus? You're gonna bring the sus shit on the show today?
What? I'm sorry.
Is this what we're doing today, Zin?
I'm sorry.
Forget it. Listen, go on, Ben. Keep going. I'm sorry, but I just see people in the chat, and it infuriates me when people come in and say stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, fucking asshole. All right, go ahead, Ben. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of skip through most of this round. This still wasn't a super exciting round. I think the 10th round's probably got a little bit more talking points. I think Florida kind of one thing they need to work on this map. They got blooded a lot in middle. And it was like in situations, Tom, in middle, where they're like, it's not like they're getting gunned. Like they're just wide peeking down half wall and just getting shot by the guys from street. And this happened like 2 or 3 different times on this map. LAG do end up clutching up, obviously 3v1. Skies tries to do what he can, try and make some plays, but there's always going to be a tough spot. Chien obviously spots him there, and then they just kind of play the trades from here.
Yeah.
I'll skip ahead to round 10, which ultimately, you know, we've seen with S&D, especially in this series, Havoc shining through. You see he's 10-7, and he makes a play, Tom, here with a nice flank to go ahead and win the map for Florida Mutineers.
Yep. They make a good play. Again, Florida, they decided to play a little slow here. They had people over by the A side. They had people shimmying over by street and B side. They're definitely trying to play for some information. It looks like LAG are just completely giving up the B site, which means that they're fully confident in their retake. If they're giving up a B site, that means they don't care at all. It gets very quiet towards A. So you see number 2, that's going to be Assault. He's going to start rotating back. You could tell that he's starting to get a little antsy. But they end up double backing here. And I kind of like to play from Florida because it was so quiet over there. But LAG, they hold their ground. They don't move. It gets a little bit hectic over here on this A bomb site. I don't know who makes the first move, but Chino ends up getting picked by Skies. Skies hit some really nice shots here. He was just absolutely beaming today. So big 2-piece out of Skies to open up this round 10. Assault ends up taking him down, but before Skies goes down, Ben, he ends up picking up 2 to make it a 3v2 situation.
And it's a very fast flank from Havoc, by the way. He just goes straight through the B-bomb side. He's not worried about anyone being police or in the back. Just a real heads-up play from him to go ahead and make this a really easy situation for them to convert.
We see that a lot in S&D, guys. You always have a player sometimes playing on an island. Sometimes you'll see teams 4 stacking. Sometimes they'll do 2 and 2. But a lot of the times we see people playing on an island. So basically that player on the island, when things start getting a little bit mixy and players start to shift around and move around, that player on the island, that gives him the green light to just kind of make a play. And that's what Havoc did. He was separated from his team. He knew that shit was going down on the other bomb site, and he made a play through mid-map and ended up coming in behind them and flanking them. So great heads-up play out of Havoc. He came into this team. He's been looking great. Florida get their second win of the weekend. So big plays coming out of Florida. They look great. Shout out to Los Angeles Guerrillas for pushing this to a game 5 because they brought in money, and honestly, they don't look that bad either. So you got the standings right here. You got Group Alpha on the left.
I want to talk a little bit about the standings, and then you can pull up the Group Bravo thing. So Group A is pretty much locked. Dallas and Minnesota are going to play the last match tomorrow to see who can get that 3rd spot. It's a huge game. Be crazy to see any one of those teams in losers, but that's how it's going to be. Group B is interesting, Tom. So London and Seattle are obviously out of the picture. And there could be a big shuffle between the teams 2, 3, and 4. There is that Clay tweet, if you want to pull it up.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to do.
The big tiebreaker. So the FaZe Optic game is sort of the one that's going to kind of determine this breakdown. And as we discussed throughout the last couple of weeks on this show, there's a very real possibility that we're going to get a crazy 3-way tie. And should Optic win, that's going to be the case. In summation of this, because the first 2 basically is just Optic and Thieves switching positions based on map count. Essentially, Optic has to win in 3 or 4 maps. If they lose in 5, then FaZe is going to go through in 3rd, and then Optic's going to be in losers even if they win that series.
Do you want me to read this out, or you think that was good?
No, I mean, for the people at home, like if Optic 3-0s FaZe, they're going to get second in the group. If they 3-1, they're going to get third, and Thieves will get second, and FaZe will get fourth. And then if they win 3-2, then Thieves are second, FaZe are third. I believe if FaZe win right, they get second, then Thieves would get third because FaZe have.
It gets really mixy, guys. I mean, it always gets very complicated when things are this close and it comes down to map count. You legit have to just go back and just add it all up. I mean, even when I competed, I never added it all up. I just said, yo, go out every map, just try not to lose. Like, try and win every single map. I don't care if it doesn't even mean anything. That's just my outlook on things. And then after the fact, I would just go back and see how it all just played out. So it definitely gets really mixy, and every map is going to count for Optic, right? For Optic Chicago. So yeah, I'm definitely really excited to see Optic play and just see how they come out, especially because Optic hasn't been looking the same. They haven't been looking like themselves. And we know players like that, they're very passionate. They care a lot about the game. They're definitely going to come out and try and prove a point. And we know what they're capable of doing. Some of the best players to ever touch COD. So I'm really excited to see what they can do, Ben.
I feel like if you're Optic, you're happy that you're playing this version of FaZe. At least, like, FaZe looks good, and I think they'll always look good, right? I don't think there's ever going to be a time where we look at FaZe and we're going to be, wow, these guys are bad or they're not playing good. They don't look as dominant as they once did, right? They look a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? They look a lot more beatable than they did prior. So if you're Optic, like, you're going in this match and you're like, let's just put it all on the fucking table.
Yeah.
And do what we can and do our best to win this and play with the confidence that we know that we have.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think either way, we're going to see a team in losers that maybe no one really expected to see in losers.
No, yeah. And that's just comes down to the talent that's in the league. I mean, we said it, right? Zin said the top three. He kind of named off who he thought the top three were. And then just looking at the rest of them, it's like sometimes it's a toss-up. You don't know who's going to win. There's a lot of competition now, guys. So, a lot of these matches are going to be really crazy. But let's go into predictions. We got London Royal Ravens kicking things off against Seattle Surge tomorrow, followed by the T-Mobile 5G weekly drop. Optic Chicago versus Atlanta FaZe. And then we go into Dallas Empire versus Minnesota Rockers. So tomorrow's a fucking day. We got some great teams going at it tomorrow, guys. It's going to be a really good set of matches. Let's kick it off with the first one. We got London going up against Seattle. I'm personally going to go with Seattle in this one. I have a feeling Seattle's going to come out and win this one. I don't know why, but I just have a good feeling. So I'm going to go 3-2. I think it's going to be a nail-biter because I also think London's been trying to pick up the pace a little bit over there. But these are two teams that are really battling right now. So this is going to be a great series. But Ben, we'll go to you.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with London. They played well last week. I could get screwed here because we've seen this a couple of times where teams got to wait a whole week and then they come out flat in the one match they're playing this week. I think Seattle's going to still need some time to gel, but I like the progress that London's making. I think we're going to have a good series to kick off the day, Tom. A nice Game 5 thriller here.
Yep. Zinni, who you got?
3-0 Seattle. I think London have obviously looked a little better, but I think Seattle looked pretty damn good against FaZe. Granted, they lost the series, but I think there are a lot of points in that game where you could look at that and be like, Seattle are kind of throwing this series away. So I'm going to go Seattle 3-0. I think the addition of Decimate is a huge upgrade in at least the slaying department, and I think he brings a lot specifically in Search and Destroy as well that the team maybe didn't have. Sort of that like risky playmaker who plays super confident in Search. Like obviously I played with him in Challengers, and I kind of just have firsthand experience with him, and I like to move a lot, so I'm going to go 3-0 Seattle.
Cool. We got Optic Chicago going up against Atlanta FaZe. This one's going to be a good one, man. It really is. I personally, it's hard for me to go against FaZe because I think they're really talented and a top 3 team right now, and Optic Chicago's just been looking a little rough. I'm going to be honest, and that's not to say they're a bad team or anything. I think they're an amazing team. I think they have amazing players, but I don't know. I feel like with the recent showing they've been showing and just seeing, and Zin, you're right, man. If Optic wants any FaZe, it's them right now. So I personally, I'm still gonna go with FaZe. I think FaZe is gonna take this one, but I think we might have a grueler here. I'm gonna go 3-2 FaZe. I think we might have a really good match, a really good one, and I could definitely see Optic taking it, but I think FaZe are just too strong. But we'll see.
I think the issue for Optic in this matchup, and I know people call me Optic hater in chat, so be it, whatever, but I think this is a really bad map pool matchup for Optic right now because they're banning Garrison a lot in hardpoint for series because they're really struggling on that map. If they were able to be a better Garrison team, I think this series could be really interesting in the respawns. But right now, I look at kind of how the maps are going to play out, especially in hardpoint S&D, and I think FaZe are going to end up getting a lot of their better maps here. Especially a map like Moscow, for example. I think that will make their way in this rotation. So I feel pretty good about FaZe in this series. I'm going to say 3-1, and Optic respawn struggles will continue here.
Zin, who you got?
I mean, I think it'd be delusional to not say FaZe is the favorite in this match, just based off what we've seen from both teams recently. I'm going to go ahead and say FaZe 3-1.
FaZe 3-1. All right, cool. I think regardless, that's going to be a crazy series. Because I could definitely see Optic make, I'm
fucking around. 3-1 Optic, green wall.
There's a lot of passion in this matchup. Both teams don't obviously want to go to losers. There's a lot of storylines when these teams play each other. They know each other well. All of the stats and strategies can go out the window. I think based on form, though, and Optic struggles in respawn, essentially against the top teams, I think FaZe probably are the favorite team here in this matchup.
And then we go into the Game Fuel marquee match of the day. We have Dallas Empire going up against Minnesota Rocker. I'm going to be honest. I got Rocker every day of the week. For some reason, Dallas just doesn't seem scary to me right now. They really don't. I feel like they either need to figure it out a little bit more, which they could. I know they're practicing and stuff. I know they're going hard, and I know they have a lot of potential. But I think that they have a more in the tank, and I think they need to show it tomorrow. But I personally think Minnesota is going to come out and just outplay them and just beat them. I'm pretty sure. Has Minnesota ever lost to Dallas this year yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think they have. Oh, what's up, Asim?
Hey, I came in here just for the predictions. I want to say Seattle 3-0. I know you guys already talked about that. I'm saying Seattle 3-0.
Yeah.
And Optic versus FaZe, I'm saying FaZe 3-0. And then for this match, I think it's gonna be really close. And I know you guys probably already talked about it, right? Like the winner goes to winner, so it's a huge match.
Big match. Yep.
Huge match. And I'm gonna say Rocker 3-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rocker 3-1 as well. That's what I was gonna say.
To your note about the Minnesota-Dallas matchup, they played 3 times. The one time the Empire did win out of the 3 was at the major.
Oh,
in stage 2.
The team nade.
Yeah, the team nade.
You're right. You're right.
They looked really
still
good.
A driller though.
Yeah, they looked really good the 2 other times they played them. They were both Map 5 thrillers. I think as bad as Dallas is playing, I think we'll get another Map 5er here, but I've liked what I've seen from Minnesota in the last week, and I think Dallas still has some work to do here. So I think it'd be a disservice not to predict Minnesota in this series in a Game 5.
Yep, Zinni, who you got, big guy?
I'm also gonna go Minnesota 3-2. First off, I don't think either team has looked necessarily good. I think Minnesota looked better in the prior stage. Personally, I think they've dropped off a little bit. I think Empire have dropped off a little more than Rocker have dropped off. We talked about it earlier, a few of the players and team speak, and just like in this meta, it feels like you kind of need both your ARs firing on all cylinders to win consistently. Unless you just have SMGs who are taking over. Like, I don't think I've seen yet Crim and Fellow both simultaneously go off. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if Illy's completely there yet with the SMG, right? I think he's had moments of greatness and moments where he hasn't looked so great. So I'm giving the edge to Rocker. I don't think they're fucking exponentially better than Dallas, but I do think they're better right now.
Yep, I agree. And then those will be the predictions. We'll move on to the chat, guys, and answer a few questions. I also want to bring in this tweet because a lot of you guys are mentioning it in the chat, but we have Nadeshot, and he came out and said, I don't wash my feet in the shower. I just let the soap run down my legs and call it a day. Just thought all of you would like to know. What are your initial thoughts here?
I do the same.
I don't agree with that.
I do the same.
I get athlete's foot a lot when I wear like socks and like shoes. Like when I go golfing a lot, I've been getting athlete's foot, and washing my feet definitely I feel like helps. So would recommend that for folks. So especially the bottom of your feet, you never get to clean the bottom of your feet. Like
pretty gross. You are one sick fuck if you don't clean the bottom of your feet.
Yep.
I mean, I mean, I scrub my feet.
Scrub your feet. Have you ever smelled the feet? It goes like BO from your armpits, your feet, and then your ball sack. Like those 3, I think, are like the must washes.
Yeah,
as a man.
I personally agree. Now I don't go crazy with the feet where I'm just sitting here just scrubbing the fuck out of them.
And your asshole.
Yeah. The asshole needs to be clean.
Yeah.
And then Classified comes out. He says, after I poop, if I'm about to shower, I simply don't waste toilet paper and just dig it out as the water runs down my butt cheeks.
Okay. Let's move on from that one.
Why the fuck would he say that?
It's classy, bro. He's just trolling on Twitter. Move on.
What's wrong with that?
I don't. Wait. What's wrong with him, or what's wrong?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I meant what's wrong with him. Jesus Christ.
You said what's wrong with that? Bro, like, Zinni, are you fucking? What are you doing?
What's wrong with that?
I meant
Classy,
like
Frosty,
what's wrong with him. That's
Mako, Ava, all of them, they troll on Twitter, bro. Let's move on.
No, big old trolls coming up. But I saw a lot of you guys spamming this in the chat, man. So, listen, if you want us to talk about this, we can. But listen, I didn't even know what he said. Everybody was spamming Nadeshot classy tweet. I pulled it up, and that's what it was. So, you guys are fucking nuts.
Let's get some questions.
But, guys, please, ask some questions in the chat.
Some questions in the chat. Let's see it.
And we'll feel free to, we're going to answer anything that you guys want to be answered. We're going to try and go through. We'll try and pick them out. We'll answer like 1 or 2 questions, and then we'll call it a fucking day. We got a big day tomorrow. It was a long show as well. So, we definitely want to answer a couple questions, and then we'll be back tomorrow. But I'm reading the chat. We got a few people coming in. Do you think LAG should look at a duo of Frosty and Vivid for next year? I think it's too early to be talking about next year. Personally, I think they have a lot on their plate right now to worry about. I think they got to worry about just getting to champs and focusing on this upcoming year personally. But in terms of next year, if they're thinking about it, I don't know. We'll just ultimately see how LAG performs in this upcoming next few weeks. But anybody else got anything to add to that or what?
I think LAG. If I was in their position, I would try to get like Major Maniac and Zinni and Vivid back on the roster. I feel like that trio with an addition to, I don't know, somebody on the old team. Try to cause a new dynamic into the team. I would just try to
for this year.
All up. Yeah, I would say like right now, if they would ask like what to do with LAG.
There's a lot of questions coming in about LAG right now. I've read like 7 questions already about LAG.
Yeah, I mean
something dramatic. I would say.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I think they've looked better than I expected them to be with the change with Chino.
Yeah.
I mean after seeing their coaches talk about the team, I don't really think we'll see a change. And if anything, from the way it looks, they'll do another academy team change rather than pick up a player from the outside, right? Like I feel like
I agree.
That's their goal.
Yeah, that's their goal, and that's
I don't necessarily. I see why. Like I understand. Like that's like the professional thing to do, and that's we're raising our talent.
I mean, they believe in their guys. That trio, that one.
So
change,
I mean, there's pros and cons to that. I don't think we'll see a change soon with that team. And if we do, it'll be an in-house change where there's already a player signed under that organization in general.
Yeah. A lot of people just asked it. I saw like 7 or 8 questions coming about LAG, which is kind of crazy. A lot of people are talking about apathy. If this is going to be his last year. I mean, guys, it all comes down to how he finishes out the year. I mean, we know Dunk, he likes to turn up midway through the end of the year. We'll see how he finishes out the year, and then it ultimately comes down to him. I mean, apathy's been a great player for many years, guys. So
one of the best players for many years.
One of the best to ever do it. One of the best to ever do it. Definitely a top sub in the game, right? So it just comes down to if he's gonna hit that ceiling or if he just doesn't want to play anymore. It comes down to him, man. And if he wants to keep doing it. But I don't think he's like as bad. Like, let's be honest, he hasn't been the apathy that we know and love. Like he hasn't been showing like crazy stats or been going off, but he does. Like I remember I think it was last match, he was like going absolutely insane. He was going dunk mode. Like he definitely has spurts, and you could definitely see it in him. So I definitely don't want to write him off. I mean, it's apathy, man. When you have a player like that who's done so much over the years, you don't want to write him off. You want to just give him time and see if they can bounce back. So we'll see. We'll see who goes on with apathy. It's very hard to talk about next year, guys, asking questions like this. But I got nothing but respect for apathy, and I think he's an amazing player. So we'll see how he continues to play moving forward. A lot of people were asking questions about Optic. I think we can end it here. The one question that I saw a couple people say, if Optic loses, are they going to make a roster change? And to just be simple, no. I just don't see them changing. I don't see why they would change.
Teamwork. They can figure it out.
The fundamentals, they don't have any problems in the talent aspect of things. I mean, from top to bottom, they are a very talented team. To winning Call of Duty, man, it all comes down to fundamentals and teamwork. And I just think that's what they're lacking right now. And I think they know that as well. And if any changes are going to happen, it'll be when the year is over and they're going into a new game. And if they want a new look to the team, then they'll go out and they'll make a new look to the team.
Let's be very transparent. I don't think they should make a change before. I mean, if they bomb out of this major, I don't think they should make a change. If they go to LAN and don't perform again for stage 4, I hope they'd consider a change going into stage 5 and then champs. We know how close they are as friends, and obviously it's fucking horrible to break a team up that is so close and gets along so well, but the team isn't performing. The team isn't performing, and the number one priority should always be competing and performing. So I don't think they should be worried now and break up or consider breaking up now, but if we go back to LAN and there's a problem, I think it has to be a different tune, and at least talk about the possibility.
We'll see, and then it just comes down to who are they going to get? Who can they get? Who are they going to replace? There's a lot of questions that we got to answer, and I guess we'll just wait until the time comes and just see how they do moving forward. They play tomorrow, guys, so we're going to get a good look at Optic. We're going to get a good look at Dallas and some of these other teams and just see how they come out to play. and we'll be back again tomorrow with another show. So again, I appreciate you guys for watching. Shout out to all the New York guys, the whole New York subliners for coming on today. It's always a pleasure to talk to the squad. You know, great. Shout out to Paco, man, Hydra. Again, guys, he's not from this country. He's still learning English, and he came on and he came on to talk. So nothing but respect for Hydra and all the guys over there. Shout out to Anthony Zinni, aka Methodz.
Thank you
for joining us once again. It's always a pleasure for you to come on and just you know, just talk and have a good laugh. And then you know, we got Ben J. Nassim, the fucking man himself, coming in.
Thank you.
He takes time out of his day every single day to come do this. He works over at Esports Engine, so I definitely want to show Ben some love for taking time out of his day to come do this, man. He doesn't have to do this, and he does because he loves doing it. So shout out to Ben, and shout out to you guys, man. The Zoomaa Mafia. You guys have came in here every fucking day. Nothing but energy every time you guys join the stream. Guys, I appreciate you guys joining up every single day. As soon as I hit that live button, we got 4,000 to 5,000 people in here every single day. And that shit just puts a smile on my face, and it just helps me a lot, man. Especially, you know, a lot of you guys come in here, you say you're having a bad day and that the streams help and stuff like that. Well, it goes both ways. Sometimes when I have a bad day, you guys help me out a lot too. So just thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for another show. You guys have a good day.
Peace.
Have a good day.